so now on my sheet permanently there's just Bleshy and a lot of numbers.
Tap. Tap those. Can I get one more on the one that Ty touched?
Yeah, someone else do it. I've got fucking pizza grease finger.
Okay, I appreciate that deeply. That's all recording. Redundant backups recording. So, assuming this computer doesn't go out and nothing goes wrong, and as long as I periodically check that, we'll have at least one recording going. Where is my nice, expensive book?
I set it there.
Paid $80 for this goddamn book. I'm not about to not have it.
That's fair.
Gonna move this over some. We can turn the light off at you guys' discretion, but that is not useful while being in the middle of creating characters. I wish the SRD was better laid out. It has a lot of kinks that need to be worked out in its hyperlinking. Namely, it has hyperlinks for things that it doesn't need to. Like, any instance of the word fly links to the fly spell, which I don't think is the intent.
It also does that for silence.
I heard you like flying. No. You want to fly.
So,
What you're telling me is you want to fly.
there should be 4 sheets. That is a character sheet that I set over there. With
They're
the,
right here.
yeah, that is for you, Tyler.
Right here.
Hey, Declan.
Yeah, what's up?
Watch this and weep. I need to use the restroom real quick.
Buckets.
Haley, can you bring me a paper towel?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for buying pizza, Tyler.
Just
The
one
fucking desert bounty hunters that we slaughtered.
I don't remember saying you two motherfuckers could have it. Well, him I live with.
What the hell's on there anyway? Bonefucker's the first guy I tracked.
Yep. Desert bounty hunter is on here. You know, the guys we fucking obliterated.
Yeah, and then dead guy number 2 and 3.
Fought is a bit of an overstatement.
Pit boy.
I would say
The choir.
that I tracked the undead that Pyro walked into the fucking temple and scorched,
Striker.
but they all instantly died.
Yeah.
Vicar Witch is by far the one with the most numbers.
Yep.
Okay, please. I need my seat.
Fucking onion druid.
Count them one onion.
Onion.
Okie
Call
dokie.
that a one-onion.
Oh wow, is this how low Matt sits to the table?
Yeah.
Fuck. Can you hand me my drink?
God.
For a second, I thought you were about to legit just say,
You
"Can you
alright,
hand
man?
me my spouse?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Probably
Cat
bleeding. Hang on.
take a chunk out of you?
Yep.
He's made his character. Mine is mostly done. You guys did not have sheets and have not started, which is fine. That was the expectation. So, I'm going to walk through a few small differences that will become increasingly evident as we play between Pathfinder 2nd Edition and 1st Edition. First of all, there are no moves, standard, swift, immediate, none of that. The actions are not typed that way. There are 3 actions in your turn. You get a reaction each round, and then you have all the free actions in the world. So, spells normally take 2 actions on your turn to cast. Swinging with a melee weapon takes 1, which means you can do it 3 times, but that's usually the worst thing you can do. Normally you have other options available to you. Combat maneuvers have been rolled into skills. So athletics is what you would roll to disarm, shove, or trip somebody. Acrobatics is for tumble through and like one other thing. Deception is for feint. That's how they work. I figured out how the DCs work. So I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's when you roll athletics, you roll against the opponent's, like, I think it was their fortitude, maybe their reflex save DC.
It's reflex.
Which is just 10 plus whatever their reflex bonus is. That's basically what their CMD would be. That's the equivalent. There is still a multiple attack penalty. So just like how you had base attack bonus where your next attack was -5 and the one after that was -10. If you swing your weapon once in a turn and then swing it again, the second attack is at -5. The third and any other attack you get after that is at -10. that is normally why it is a bad idea to just swing your weapon 3 times. Unless you're a barbarian, in which case just swing it as many times as you are permitted to be allowed to do, because why not?
I'll hurt it.
You will hurt it.
It'll die. Trust me.
Third thing, proficiencies are everything in this edition. There is a little thing up in the top left of your character sheet which breaks down the proficiencies. Untrained, you get no bonus to it other than whatever the skill is. Trained, you get 2 plus your character level to whatever that skill that you are trained in is. Expert is 4, Master is 6, Legendary is 8. Which means as long as you have any training in a skill, you are getting that bonus plus your character level to it. Interestingly, this means that when you are trained in unarmored defense, or light armor, or medium armor, or heavy armor, if you increase that training to expert, or legendary, you add your proficiency bonus to your AC.
Yep.
Same thing goes with weapons. Your proficiency with weapons is what determines how good you are at hitting with them. That's why they've got a little thing down at the bottom that says weapon proficiencies. Increasing your weapon proficiencies is the equivalent of giving yourself a 10% chance better to hit. Another thing, natural 1s and 20s mean nothing in this system. You crit, both fail and succeed by rolling either 10 under or 10 over the difficulty class on anything. So if you beat someone's AC by 10, or someone beats your AC by 10, that's when you get crit.
This means that there's also many degrees of, and many actions have degrees of success now, ranging from critical success, normal success, failure, and critical failure.
There are a large number of spells now which still have some sort of rider effect which works even if the opponent succeeds on their saving throw. However, there are some really truly nasty spells. If you fall 10 under the DC, holy shit.
Imagine getting critted by Cataclysm.
There are some rancid things that can happen to you. There is a first level spell that I can cast that can frighten you, do 2d4 damage to you, and do a d4 additional damage to you every round. Except if you critically fail it, you are frightened for 2 rounds, and all of the damage you just took, including the persistent damage which you will take every round until you succeed on your save, is doubled. That means that I at first level in theory could put out like 30 damage in 2 turns against like one guy who's shitting his pants scared.
Someone say terrible remorse. I heard terrible remorse.
Pathfinder 2e's got some, like, Pathfinder 2e's combat is nasty and it's fast. I also, this is true of both you and of both your opponents and yourselves. AC goes up, so just like Starfinder, work together.
Here is a colossal difference, which I feel like is the last one that is significant enough to be worth noting off the bat. It is so colossal, in fact, it has its own section in the rulebook that predates, or not, that prefaces almost the entire equipment section. Shields do not work the same. Putting on a shield is not a passive bonus to your AC anymore. You have to spend an action on your turn to raise your shield to gain your shield's AC bonus. There are feats that will let you raise your shield as a reaction. There are fighter feats that will let you raise your shield to defend an ally as a reaction. You may be thinking to yourself, man, it seems like a waste to pick up a shield if it's going to take an action on my turn and waste part of my action economy. Here's the deal. So the shield cantrip can be cast as a reaction, so anyone who can cast that gets the benefit out of it. Except it's a really shitty shield. It only gives you +1 AC. So you all must be thinking to yourselves, like, what is the point? Here's the point. When you raise your shield, even if the opponent hits you, they hit your shield. Your shield takes half your damage before you take any. This means that shields can break, and they do. They have stats. Like, that's why if you look at your character sheet under AC, there are stats for your shield's health.
Where is AC on this?
It should be right under, like, character name, player name, experience
there it
points.
is.
Dead center right at the top.
Yep. So, your shield might give you just enough AC to not get hit, and even if you do, it will cut the damage you take by a decent amount. This is why the shield cantrip is probably the best cantrip in the goddamn game, but you can only cast it once per combat. However, I'm about to get crit. And now I'm going to cut that damage in half, or raise my AC just enough that it's not a crit.
Get fucked.
And then if your magic shield breaks, who gives a shit? You don't have to buy another one.
You just cast it in a different combat.
Oh, one more significant change.
Oh, and one more thing.
You roll your perception for initiative.
One more thing.
Oh, no. I hope I have a good wisdom.
You don't need a good wisdom to have a decent perception, but
Where is perception?
it is a separate thing above skills. It is its own thing now.
Because it is so important to me. Also, nearly every class, I think, gets at least some level of training in perception because it's that goddamn important.
Pretty sure almost
So
everyone
fucking-
gets training in
So fucking
perception.
upset.
I know bards get expert to start out with.
I have an expert, and then I got a fucking -1 for my wisdom. So I got a +5 and then a -1.
So, what are you playing? I will start with helping you, Tathu.
I can help you out.
I am going Sorcerer of the Angelic Bloodline.
Okay, so you have already figured out what you want.
Yep.
Do you know
That's
what
the
race
problem,
you want
I
to
do
be?
not.
I
I
am
still
a
haven't
half
decided
elf.
on sorcerer wizard yet.
Elf.
Do you
I
need
wanted
half
to
elf.
look over them.
You want to be a half elf.
Do you need a reader?
Do you know how that works in Pathfinder 2nd
Alright.
edition?
Health.
Or
Sort
like,
of.
I don't necessarily
I
want
will
to
show
read
you.
it to me, but I need something in
Oh,
front of me. I can look at it as
So I'm
the
going to
outside
show you
because I
something.
don't
Here's
like it.
dwarf. Here's
The
elf.
core rule book is over there. So.
Half elf is the heritage. I was reading the
Those
PDF.
are both Pathfinder
Okay,
1.
so half elf is a
Human subtype.
yes. I have to get to human.
It's pretty neat.
Also, a thing I found interesting is that it implies that elvish and orcish blood seems to be particularly powerful because half orcs and half elves can be of other races that aren't human and still be the same half elf or half orc thing.
Okay.
Big blood.
So the first thing you're gonna write down in the book. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Dun,
That's
dun, dun.
So on the side here, these things you would add to your character sheets.
Where's your
size,
bag at, Tab? Where's your bag? My dice are in it.
Oh, man.
Cute.
So your size is medium, which you'd put up near the top. I think it's like that.
This used to be
box.
my set, and it is not
Yep.
anymore because half of it went missing.
Size is M.
Put 8 hit points in the hit point box on the right next to armor class and saving throws.
The max field.
Got
Yes.
Me bone dice.
You have 8 maximum hit points right now. Speed, right here, 25 feet.
I'm slow.
Put a 10 in each ability score.
I'm also at 25 feet, Ted. Don't feel too bad.
I think 25 might be the regular.
25 is the standard.
Where
I
the
am an
goddamn
elf with 30.
I can go 30 in stealth.
Alright. So, as a
Ah,
human,
shit.
you get 2 free ability boosts. So you can put a +2 in any of the 6 stats.
Okay.
But you cannot put a +2 twice in the same stat.
Gotcha.
Speed.
Subtract that onto charisma.
Oh, let me specify. You can't put a +2 twice in the same stat from the
From-
same source of the ability score
Right,
boost.
Right.
So when you would pick your background, you could then put another point in the same stat again.
That's
Yeah,
how I got my
gathered
16
that.
in dex.
I'm sitting over here at 18 in charisma.
Nice. Charismatic. Good fuck.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
that's what traits means. Now I understand.
Whoa. That scared me.
Probably should have put that up at the top there. I'm gonna have to go back and do that.
Okay.
Quiet.
And we'll go.
Silence phone.
Silence cell.
Silence sound. There was a really fun
Up near the
looking
top
rogue
here.
feat.
Write human
was
and
reading
humanoid
about-
where it says traits. That way, if any spell or effect targets humans or humanoids more severely, you have that on hand to remember. And if you acquire any other subtypes, they would go there.
I hope that's good enough
Languages.
for you, Ty.
Down here, you get common plus
like
an
this
additional
example of
language
play here.
equal to your
Yeah.
intelligence
What is it?
modifier, which is 0 at
It's
the
like a-
moment,
like
so
a-
you get none.
Like what a
For
fucking
now.
name is like.
For now.
Eric, James,
Up
Judy,
near the
Liz.
top here somewhere, it should say ancestry.
Half
Oh
elf.
geez.
You would put human and then half elf next to it.
My favorite thing is in the example of play from first edition. One of the players says after like a gargoyle starts to move, "I think we have a problem," and the DM says, "I believe you do. Roll initiative."
That's amazing. I think we have a problem.
That's pretty great.
Problem confirmed.
So,
Oh, also, I don't know if you know about this L, Declan, but we hand this around a lot.
What is
Crit
that?
happens.
It's the crit happens button.
Move over to the
Nice.
next page.
You know, it's funny they were talking about the terrified thing.
Alright, so
There's a pretty
ancestry
fun rogue
feats.
feed
This
that
is
I
what
was
we're looking at right
that
now.
I can get
I
in,
like
think,
that this is separated
second-
this way. It's
one
helpful.
of the higher
Yes.
levels.
And also because everyone gets
it's called
feats.
You're Next.
I need you to be a little quieter, man. You can still talk. You just have a lot of bass in your voice, and it carries.
Dexterity.
So you're next.
Charisma, dexterity.
So
It
because
terrifies
the feats
any
are
target next to you
universalized
after
across
you
all
kill
classes, they are gained at the same levels.
Beefy.
You can always tell when you're due for
As long
another
as-
one, regardless of what
As long
class
as the
you
other
are.
thing
Right,
is
'cause
they have
within
a-
my
what level.
sight.
Yes, they have a
and
couple
I've
of
killed
extra
something, I
slots
can look
because
at
there are
them and
different
make
ways you
an
can gain a
intimidation
few
roll.
extra ones, but you gain the same number typically. So you're a human. Well, you're a half elf, but you would choose from either the human, half elf, or
Those are cool dice.
Elf fates.
elf
Those
feats.
are cool dice.
Yeah, it's
So,
the bone set I got.
You can pick between these here, which is all the way down to here. General training and natural ambition are kind of the human bonus feat. Feat.
They feel good too.
If you
Yes, that's
wanted,
what I got
if you
before.
wanted general feats, like
I
you
like
wanted
them.
to take an extra general feat like armor training or weapon training
I
or
was
something
about to
like
roll
that.
them, but I don't know if
You would
have
take
any
general
superstitions.
No.
If you
I
wanted
don't
to
let
take
anyone
a
else take
different
dice.
or an extra class
Not yet.
feat, this would normally be really
The
good
only-
for fighters. It's
I
not
pass
super
around
beneficial for
the clear
sorcerers
and the
because they don't have a
normal
lot to
set,
take
but
at first level. And then
Don't you
all
ever
of these
touch-
are
don't
other
you ever
special
touch
little
my icy
abilities
boys
that they
yet.
But
get.
also got like 5
Unconventional
sets in here.
weaponry is
Nice.
basically
They
you
look
can
pretty
take
neat.
other races like heritage weapons.
Hmm.
You don't need to do that though, because if you wanted to take
Got
elven
these,
heritage weapons, you
like,
could just do that.
Purple,
Or dwarvish
gold, and
heritage weapons
blue
you could get
ones.
through here.
Ooh,
That
that's,
kind of thing.
Okay.
You can
That's
take
very
cantrips. You can become
Yeah,
better
the
at
set I
giving
bought
people aid.
had a lot of
And
mixed colors in them. There's a black and orange.
I don't-
one.
oh, this just makes you harder
Like
to
that
like
one?
intimidate. It looks like.
I used to have a tradition because I would start and stop so many
And
games
this
that whenever I would start a new game, if I
trains
found
you in
myself
2
in a
more
play store,
skills.
like in a game store, I'd buy like a D20 from there.
Not
One
bad.
of those like, hey, pay it. Here's a
That's actually
nickel
some
for
solid
the
choices.
D20 or
Yeah,
whatever.
humans have the best choices. that
My
I have seen
D20s are
so
my
far.
favorite dice.
Other than
They're
goblins.
very good.
Goblins can start with more health than any other race except dwarves.
Huh.
That's one of the feats that they can get at first level.
Wow.
I was almost mad about it. Oh, that reminds me. Hold on. Just quick detour while you think about what feat you want. Because you get one of those. Where in the Mick motherfuck is Gnoblin?
Here,
Gobbled.
here's my private.
Okay.
There it is.
Please don't roll.
Please
I will-
read this section here where it says
Just like
others
texture,
probably. This means
Yeah,
what
they're
other
flawless
people think
too.
about goblins.
So they're completely
Others
fair.
probably work to ensure you
Where
don't
did that go?
accidentally
Got it.
or intentionally set too many things on fire. Others probably assume you can't or won't read. Others assume you probably wonder how you survive given your ancestry's typical gastronomic choices, reckless behavior, and love of fire.
You eat yourself to death because you are bad at making choices.
Gold coins.
I have a kobold, or I've had several kobolds who eat metal. Like, and I'll start with, like, you know, you'll get, like, 10 gold coins, and I will say, I want to start with 9 and 100 coppers, and then I'll just eat the copper coins.
They also
Like
had a
the chips.
kobold in a game that Matt ran as a 1-up who just fucking notched on a plate one time.
Twerp doesn't
You
try
can
to
choose
eat the
between
coins.
these,
That's
or
just
if
to
you
say
want
that
me
a
to
couple
swap over
don't
to
end
elf,
up
I
back
can
in the
also
bag.
show you those.
They taste shiny.
They make me closer to the gold.
Hey, you shithead.
Does the
No. Go ahead.
boom doom boom doo doom doo doo.
What?
Does the key ability score and the secondary ability scores listed under each class indicate what you get boosts to from
Nope,
that?
you only get a boost to whatever the primary stat of each class is.
Okay.
Classes only provide one ability boost. So here's the other thing. You'll get an ability boost from your race. You'll
Mhm.
get one from your background.
Mhm.
You'll get one from your class. Then you'll get 4 more of your choice at the
Okay.
end. Those 4 work the same as any other ability score boosts from another source. You can't put 2 of them in one thing.
1, 2. So there's my ones for being human. Actually,
That also means that the maximum stat you can start with is an 18 in any given thing. And if you synergize super heavy, you can probably end up with 2 18s, but there's no real reason to do that.
I feel like I'm also going sorcerer, but I don't know.
I'm kind of torn between general training and natural skill.
Well, general training gives you access to all sorts of stuff. There's simple things like weapons and armor training, which would give you access to better weapons and armor, obviously.
Naturally.
But then, let's scroll through here. There we go. Okay. So, all kinds of stuff here. And this list goes on for like 2-ish, 3 pages. I can show you what I took.
I can show you the world.
I took battle medicine. You can patch yourself or an adjacent ally up even in combat. Attempt a medicine check with the same DC as for treat wounds and provide the corresponding amount of healing, which basically means the amount of healing that you guys get when you rest in Pathfinder 1E. I can stand next to somebody in combat for 1 action, because that's what that little icon means, and heal them for that much.
Oh, hell yeah.
With just mundane medicine.
Bandage.
I took
Rad.
that because bards don't have healing spells.
Battle
yeah.
stitching.
It's just the bandage ability from Darkest Dungeon.
Yep.
Oh, here, I'm gonna say this now for everyone. If your background gives you something that's like, here, it applies specific, like there's a thing for woodland elves that it's like, you get bonuses to climbing trees or hiding in nature, because that don't fucking work in this setting. Talk with me, we'll either rework it or replace it.
Mine just lets me
Replace
fucking
trees
bite
with
shit.
rigging.
Mine just lets me bite shit.
Oh,
Feel.
when it says like 3 next to it, that's the minimum level you have to be to take those feats. So
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
with
it's
a
like
1
the,
next to it. Catfall reduces the severity of falling. It basically cuts fall heights in half for you. Let's see. Courtly Graces, I haven't read a lot of these yet, so I'm not as useful as I normally am, because I've got like a weird memory for all the feats in Pathfinder that I just don't have here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Another one I saw, Fascinating Performance, the ability to, like, you know, get a bunch of people around you, like, they gain the fascinated condition when you perform around them. Haven't read Forager.
To run the
Hobnobber makes you better at gathering information.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Compression.
You're okay. Jojo.
How many spells do sorcerers know at first level?
I think 2 or 3, and then they know 5 cantrips.
2 spells, 5 cantrips.
Something along those lines.
I wish I could find it
Oh, that
easier
spell
in the
actually
source
pretty good.
document.
Where's that?
Here.
Jojo's mad pissed.
Oh yeah, that actually would be useful. Then you could slap like Arcana, Occultism, Religion, which you'll probably already have trained. And I don't remember what the other spell is recognized by. I think it might be Nature.
Primal, I think.
Yeah, Well, no, I know what it is. I don't know what skill you use to identify it. But yeah, if you slap those on, you could be like, they're about to cast a spell at us. It is this spell.
I diagnose you with dignified.
Let's see what else we got.
Diagnose you with dead.
Because they go on for a bit here.
You really do, yeah. Skill training always useful, of course.
Some of these are super campaign specific. You could always throw toughness on there. Oh, yeah, hold on. Here's another thing about combat maneuvers, Tyler, that I'm sure you'll be happy to hear. Because there are no modifiers based on size, there's just a hard limit on the size of creature you can, like, do combat maneuvers against, right? Which sounds horrible. I'm a medium creature, so that means that I can only do combat maneuvers against large creatures? No! There's a fucking feat called Titan Wrestler. You can attempt to disarm, grapple, shove, or trip creatures up to 2 sizes larger than you. You're medium, you're gonna grapple the giant, who's huge, except it gets better. Up to 3 sizes larger than you if you're legendarily trained in athletics, which you can get. Which means that you, just being hit with the enlarge person spell, could wrestle purple worms.
Oh.
That's some real old
Is that a class feat?
No, that's a general feat, Titan Wrestler.
Also, I shouldn't be so loud. Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say I might go for that later.
It's a good
Fuck.
Do you have strength?
No.
Probably don't.
Also, that's some real old-fashioned worm wrenching right there.
You can
And
wrench
that's it.
the
That's
worm.
the whole list.
You can be the goose.
Okay.
What kind of a thing are you looking for?
I am an indecisive person, is what I am. I'm really considering getting a.
Play the gnome.
What the fuck is it? No, I've already got my character. I know who I'm making.
Big.
Fucking what was it? The general training, and I might go with spell identification.
There is not a lot of space to write your fucking alignments in
Alright,
this thing.
well,
whatever
up
it
here
was.
for heritage,
Just put N.
put
for mine.
general training, and then we'll move over to recognize spell, which should be your. Oh wait, what does that say? What level does that say?
First.
Swidge.
Heritage
Put that.
first.
Put that here. Put that there.
Who the fuck is what?
Heritage trait? Or the feet first?
No, you'd put that here.
Okay.
These two will remain blank because you didn't take the
What?
options that actually fill those blocks.
Can you erase less hard?
Oh, that was my leg, sorry.
Oh,
Excuse me.
you're on thin fucking ice here, buddy.
I know.
So, since
So
Amy's
recognize
taking
spelling feet
taking the
first.
charge, I'm just
No,
gonna do
you
some
would
prep
put the
work, and we're
general
just gonna be
training
talking
here.
about it.
Okay.
And then
Unless you need any help, Declan.
up in one of
No,
these two
no,
slots is where you'd put recognize.
I'm good with just ditching the gold that I left.
Gotcha.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I don't really need it for anything.
I mean, okay, I guess we can work something out with that.
Well, I mean, I did
There we
the
go.
normal, like, it says you, start with 15 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was keeping track of it on my phone, on my calculator,
Okay.
and I accidentally closed the
Now
calculator and
that we've
forgot
done
how
that,
much gold I had
let's go
left
back to
by the
human.
time I had bought everything.
We
so
took
I kinda
general
just,
training. We don't need anything else. I don't
You lost your gold.
from
It's
human.
whatever. I have everything I need. I
Oh,
have
there's
2
half
daggers
elf
and a
ancestry
grappling hook, and
traits
that's
that I
really
just
all I wanted.
totally walked
That's really
over.
all I need.
Oh yeah, duh.
If you want to
Alright.
look at that one,
If I really
that's
need anything else, I can
the
start
only
pilfering.
one that's here for half elves specifically.
Other than that, I think I'm good. I've got my bulk. I've got my feats and abilities written down. Yeah.
Orc ferocity has been nerfed to fuck. It only works once a day now. The ability that lets Drolish keep on going.
Long after she should definitely be unconscious.
Yes.
No dodge. That's a reaction.
Here are the backgrounds. They go on for like 3 pages.
Fortune teller.
Jesus Christ, you already know what background you want to be. Okay, that's useful information. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be to intelligence or charisma. The other one is free.
I also really liked the stat generation
One into charisma.
as opposed to
I'll
rolling.
slap another
Son of a
into
bitch.
intelligence. Because both of those are pretty good skills to have.
Swap back over to your other sheet.
Mm-hmm.
The second one.
Yep.
Where it says background skill, wherever that is. It's somewhere around here. Here it is.
Yep.
Oddity identification. I assume you created like index cards for all of your like abilities and stuff.
I have them written down on scratch paper. I plan on doing that later.
That's cool. I would recommend everybody do that. Like, this game's super kind of modular. And I think it would be a much better candidate for doing that sort of thing with than Pathfinder 1st Edition. Also, considering most rules really are only like a paragraph long. Most spells are only about a paragraph, maybe 2 at the most. And that's when you're pushing like 10th level spells or super esoteric stuff. So if you wanted to throw basically every class feature you got on an index card, You could do that, and then just keep a deck for your character, basically.
Hell yeah.
Over to your skills. Lore, fortune telling. And then there's these boxes here which stand for trained, expert, master, and legendary. Put an X in the trained box for fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
You also put an X in the box for occultism. Should be down near the bottom.
Here, training.
Yep, you would hit trained.
Mhm.
Alright, that's what you get from your fortune teller background. Now you said you wanted to be a sorcerer.
Correct.
Okay,
Sorcerer.
hold on.
You want to be a sorcerer?
May I interject really quick?
Yes!
Versatile heritage.
You can get 2 starting feats is what you're asking, right?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how I do it. Don't I take the general training first level feat also?
You would take
The
versatile heritage, which gives you
A general feat.
right, and then you would take the general training starting feat as well,
Yeah, the human ancestry feat.
which you
general
can
training.
both stack to get medium armor.
I'm going light armor and martial though, right?
Yes, and then
Yes.
you can retrain the martial weapon training.
Where
once
do I
you-
write down the ancestry feat that I used? Does that go under special?
Let me see your sheet as an example. So special would be the heritage that gives you the extra feat. That's
Yep.
where you'd put that, and then oh my goodness.
I thought heritage was that.
Yeah, put that there. I'm still not sure exactly how this is supposed to be categorized, but as long as you know how many you're supposed to have, like it doesn't make a difference to me, and I don't think it will make a difference to Bailey.
Okay. I
It
just don't
doesn't
know.
really.
I don't know what the special is. I haven't seen anything in the character making process that hints at what special might be.
I actually meant to bring that up. Are you talking about the one at the beginning of the feats list and stuff?
Yes.
I kind of assumed it was something that came with the race. I wrote down dark vision for that.
That's not a feat.
It doesn't. It says
Okay,
feats
so
and
that's
abilities.
Human ancestry.
That's an ability, not a feat.
Dark vision goes over here under perception, but it's not a feat.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah, you can move that to the senses box in your perception.
Right.
Okay, so here
Also
are the
don't have
backgrounds.
any
Here we go.
things.
Oh my goodness! Where is sorcerer? That's monk.
That is monk.
That's not where I need to be.
One of the monk rackets, like the portrait they
No,
have,
no, no. We're
the
waiting
hair
for
goes
it.
over the title,
Perfect
and I think
nice.
it's funny.
Is this wizard? No, sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Sorts
Go to
out.
your health.
Yup.
Actually, add 2 to your charisma.
Cool.
Add 6 plus your constitution modifier to your hit points over there.
So
Actually, before you do that, hold on. You have 4 more ability score boosts that you can spend right now. They all have to be in separate stats. Do that first.
I think that's a Matthew at the door.
So I can boost 4
That is a
abilities
Matthew,
by
it's not-
+2.
Yep.
Okay.
They
But
just
just-
all have to be different ones.
Well, here's 3 of them.
Budget.
What's that put your charisma at? 18?
Yep.
You just put all 4 of them in?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
Matt.
you remember how the bonuses work, right?
Yes.
12
For
is
every
1.
2 score above 10, it is a +1.
So go ahead and write those in there.
That's a
Some
1. That's a
stuff.
1. That's a
Amy's really
1.
taking the charge on helping the rest of these guys out with their characters.
Okay.
So,
Put 6 plus your con mod and hit points over there.
So 7. 7 plus
I did
8.
minus
That
1.
is
15.
Ah, yes.
I got the nice special edition book.
Ah,
Twerb.
the very thick one.
And that is why no one is allowed. I'm not passing this one around the table. This one is mine.
That's fair. Ooh, new DM screen too.
So, saving
This actually,
throws.
this DM screen is really, really
You
good.
are trained
Come take a
in
look.
fortitude, trained in reflex. You are
So,
expert,
what's all
which is
it
the
offers?
second slot in will.
Conditions, turns, actions,
In
specialty basic
perception,
actions, death and
you are
dying,
trained.
unconsciousness, hero points, cover, terrain,
skills.
skill actions.
You are trained in
All
one
these
or
fucking
more skills
DCs, so
determined by your
nice.
bloodline.
detecting creatures.
And an
all this
additional
other
number of
stuff.
skills equal to 2
Awesome.
plus your intelligence
It has-
modifier, which
it
is
has
1,
something
so
for
you can write over
portcullis,
here.
really.
Well,
That's such a
there's no ranks
specific
anymore, so I
thing
guess you don't have
to
to do that.
actually have
You
like
get
a
3 more skills that
a
you're trained
PC
in,
for.
of your choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I mean it makes
if
sense.
my background dictates that I am trained
'Cause,
in
like,
something that
if you're
just
sieging
bumps
a
my training
castle,
level up
they're gonna
one
have a
way.
portcullis. That's
Nope.
usually.
No, if it's a
Meanwhile,
duplicate
like,
skill, you
I'm
would
just
train
imagining
another
Joel
skill,
is just
any other
fucking-
skill.
Oh, okay.
Just
So I just mark
lifting
down
it up.
trained for the 2.
Yep.
Okay.
The iron one, not the wooden one.
That's 2.
Yeah,
An iron portcullis.
of course.
So thankfully, one of the lore skills that I was worried about has been filled for me.
So are hazard levels like CRs in this? Adversary or hazard level?
No, there's still CRs.
Okay.
That's 3 extra skill strength.
Yeah, hazards are.
Okay, you've got those trained. Now down
You
here,
get experience.
you are
for, like,
trained in
any
simple
move.
weapons,
And I'm
I
untrained
get
in
a
normal
martial
game.
arts.
I get a
You
skill.
get
and you
experience
are
for,
trained in unarmed attacks.
resolving.
Intimidating
If there's no
dangerous
unarmed down
situations
here,
that don't
just write
necessarily
unarmed
involve
and then
combat.
put trained.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna have to find out what
And
intimidating glare
accomplishments,
does.
I assume, are like, you know,
It lets you
Completing a
demoralize
dungeon or,
without having to like
uh,
the
stopping
creature you're demoralizing doesn't
fucking,
have to
I don't know,
understand you. You can
cannibal
just glare
from
at
killing a
them.
town.
Is
or
it an
something.
action?
That's okay. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
demoralizing is an action. Yes,
Encounter what?
Yes, it's not terrible. Is it like a 1 action?
I believe so.
So
And a demoralize is what, like a
That's
-1
interesting.
on
I
attack
think
roll?
it's
what's
a
the
-1 to
budget?
attack rolls,
To be
maybe
honest, I don't
AC,
know.
and I know you can make it better. There's another feat that stacks on
I
top
still
of it
need to
later.
look at some of the,
Could be worse. Could be worse.
that's
Up here in defenses,
I was.
you are untrained in all armor. You are trained in unarmed armored defense, which I think is the first one.
Yep.
And then go to your last page over here.
just picking some
Up here where it
friends
says
with
spell
session.
attack roll,
It's very.
you
It's
are
very
trained in
advanced,
spell attack
you know.
roll,
Yeah, very advanced.
and you are trained in
Notepad.
spell save
Yeah,
DC.
The very
Okay.
extreme.
Okay, cool.
Haley, to make sure I have this right, you get ability boosts
I'm a
from race,
spontaneous caster?
class, background, and then 4 free ones, right?
You are correct.
Okay, so I've already assigned everything
You
else.
are a
so I can go ahead and
spontaneous
assign my
caster
free
because you
boosts.
were a
Sorcerer.
sorcerer. And
Sounds
then
like
you
it so
said
far.
what bloodline you
Pretty
wanted
good.
to be?
Just hanging out. I
Okay, that's
finished
probably going to be in the
assembling
A at the first.
some
Okay, cool.
models, and
Divine.
I primed them
Put an
as
X in the
you can
divine
see
slot
from my
over
black
here.
hand.
Those are the spell
So-
lists that you pull from.
Actually, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
You
probably
pull
gonna
from the
be taking
divine
those
spell
for the
list.
rest of the
Okay,
night.
angelic.
just
Spell
wanted
list,
to
divine,
see all this
bloodline
stuff,
skills,
see what
diplomacy,
all-
and religion.
shit all
So
going
you
on.
be
Yeah,
trained in
we're gonna-
diplomacy and religion.
Not move that.
Yeah.
Because
I have
That's
already been
too-
trained in
that's too
those.
much.
Would those be increased to?
Nope,
expert?
you would train
Fair
two different skills.
Okay, I'll just
excited
change
about
those
tomorrow.
then. That is
I,
a-okay
Amy
with
has
me.
yet to tell me if she's decided if we're going with the ghost rules.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still don't know what I'm doing with that. I'm
Society?
sure I'll come up with a snap decision. I'm glad we're all in pajamas, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
I'm fucking not.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, you're in jeans.
I'm wearing a goddamn cardigan. This is the exact
For the
opposite.
curious, the way skills increase is determined by your class. I think every class gets them at 3rd level, and every 2 levels after that, you gain a skill increase in a skill of your choice.
Fuck.
That's
Fuck.
how they go up, by the way. That's there is, I think, a human feat which lets you start as an expert in one skill,
Yes.
and then fighters and champions. No, I think it's just fighters. Start as an expert trained in martial weapons.
If my dexterity's neutral, that's gonna be shit for my AC.
Not really. You plan on wearing decent armor, right?
I'm planning on getting to at least medium.
You'll be fine.
Think so?
You'll probably have at least as much AC as me, and I have pretty decent dex.
Okay.
I'm sure this was already covered, but how are strength and ability scores calculated? What did you get?
So the-
that?
You put a 10 in every stat.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 ability score boosts, which are a +2 from your race.
And sometimes
Actually,
as well.
Actually, you get 3. 2 if you're a human, but every race that gets 3 boosts gets 1 negative, which is a -2 to one of the stats. Then you get 2 more boosts from your background. You get 1 more from your class, and then you get 4 more of your choice.
So if
Any
you were,
one source of those boosts cannot be used to boost the same stat twice.
Got it.
So the most you can start with, if you min-max
Is your name?
to complete hell, is 2 18s and then like 1 8 and 10s across the board.
Gotcha.
Basically, it forces characters to have like diversified stats in a relatively good way. My stats are 10, 14, 10, 14, 12, 18, and his stats are 12s across the board and 18 down.
Mm-hmm.
It creates a decent stat spread. What were you saying, Tyler?
I was just going to explain what you explained, basically.
Okay. Go to your last page over here. Cantrips.
I don't know what I'm doing with my 4 free boosts. I've already gotten everything else from my background racing class, and I have no fucking idea what to do.
You have light
Become stronger.
as one of your cantrips. Just write it up here in the box
Pump strength for
at
it.
the top.
I mean, I can
Or
put
you-
2 of it
or
in
you
strength,
expo-
yeah.
Do
But
squats.
what am I doing with my other 3 boosts? My
You
intelligence
killed
and wisdom
X-Build
are
with
still
big
neutral
bulk.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I give it. I
Kill
give
someone
your.
with
And
iron
then
bar.
your first,
I give
like, you
your
get a
instant
bonus
wisdom
spell
if
for
you
being
find
angelic.
your
That is
cheeks and they just
heal.
die
So
from
put
the
that up
sonic
at the
blast.
top.
Cover your bases if you want to like do any stuff with Arcana.
Up here, cantrip level. Your cantrips are
that
automatically
bug
increased
training
as you
for
level. So whatever the highest level spell you can cast is what your cantrips are automatically cast at.
Oh.
Cantrips are at-will spells. They do not require spell slots. You can cast them anytime. Same as 0 level spells from Pathfinder. Some of them get pretty decently beefy. So right now that's just level 1 though.
Increases as you level
You have
upward.
3 first level
No.
spell slots.
And speaking of magical classes, did they add any new magical classes?
No, but they
they-
super changed the bard.
The Alchemist is a core class. Bards have full spell casting and can't heal anymore.
Oracle got shucked up into sorcerer. Now you can be a divine bloodline sorcerer, an
Actually-
arcane bloodline sorcerer, a primal bloodline sorcerer, or an occult bloodline
Yeah,
sorcerer.
so instead of having a separate spell list for each
Oh,
class,
shit.
there's just divine, arcane, primal, and
Okay.
occult.
Okay.
And
alright.
your class will tell you which of those spell lists you pull from, which is super easy because it means they don't need to go and rewrite a whole ass new spell list every
Right.
time.
Yeah.
They just tag the spells as it goes on these lists.
Yep.
Is there any sort of class that works kind of like warlocks in 5e where they
Bards,
use
Bards.
bards.
Bards are the warlock of the
Yep.
system.
Oh, yeah.
Bards have a muse, which is like
Which is
the
a
5e
patron.
patron.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Also, cantrips actually don't suck because spells scale with your level in this
They're just
system.
5e cantrips.
Eldritch Blast.
There is no Eldritch Blast.
Shield is really good.
Forehead.
Apparently.
Shield is exceptionally good though.
Eldritch
Shield is a
Blast,
cantrip.
forehead.
You can only use it once
Really?
for combat, though.
Say the
It
line,
has like a
Warlock.
10-minute cooldown basically.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
But
Say the line, Warlock.
let's see, what else do we got? That might be it for you.
The Tavern Keeper approaches with a proposition. Eldritch Blast!
Well, shit, now he has tentacles.
Okay.
Say
Elf
the line,
Druid,
Druid.
you're
I
setting,
cast
yeah.
Hurl Boulder.
No,
I
actually.
need scratch paper.
I
Elves
cast Shape Change.
are like honestly
cast
kind of
animal.
rare
I
because so
cast
many of them
animal.
didn't want to leave the surface world behind.
Mm.
They're a dying peoples.
Who?
Elves.
Ooh.
Sounds like
I'm
that
trying
shit
to-
to me. I don't know.
Trying to determine what her second language would be
Sounds
that
like
she
bullshit.
knows because
Sounds
her
like
intelligence is high enough to
Thank
have
you.
one more.
I'm
The most
curious-
populous species in the setting is dwarves.
I was
Mm.
about to ask, so what's the deal with dwarves? How's their whole shtick?
They took a mountain and left the
Take
planet.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna need
Dwarves,
one of those.
because they were
We built God, so we left.
dwarves were competent engineers even before the shattering happened. Like they were quickest on the draw and getting back up,
I
like
don't
getting up into the
know.
sky.
How bloodline spells work, I think they're just spells
Somewhere
that you can
between
take
Dwarven.
that you were not normally
Sounds
able
like
to.
bullshit.
I don't know what this
Happy with
blood
living up in
magic
the
is
sky.
though. I don't know how that works.
They've adjusted mostly. They like that they're the most powerful group of people in the sky. Most of them.
passive thing.
I'm torn between
The Jaguar
Dwarven
protects you or
because
one target,
speaking
granting plus
Dwarven
one
would be very
status
helpful
bonus
since
to
they're
save
like the
for
most
one.
populous.
Alright, well you'll want to write that
and
in
Draconic
somewhere.
because since she's like
I was very
arcane
tempted to
focused.
take the ancestry
and that's-
I
that
don't think it's a
common. I thought
focus
of it as
spell.
one of the
It doesn't
languages
say
of
anything
magic.
about
Instead
being
I
one.
took the one
Kobolds
that
are
gives
also
me a third
fairly
attack.
common. They're not as
Bite.
common as the normal
Bite for
races, but
1d4 piercing.
Oh wait,
like
hold on,
kobolds,
hold on, hold
gnomes,
on.
and goblins,
Holding on.
like anything
Hold
with
on.
like a kind of
Bloodline
engineering
spells
bent.
are a type
love
of
them.
spell. They're
cool.
focus
Don't
spells.
If I
It
was
costs
going
one
to
focus
play
point.
this game, I'd be a dwarf, and I'd like incorporate like Casalid into my role playing. Like you know how
Okay,
Barden does
So,
in
yeah.
back
fucking
over to the fourth
Warhammer.
page.
Yeah.
Vermintide. I'd so do that.
Listen here, you
These
That'd be
spells up
That'd be the
here,
best. It'd be super
these
good.
bloodline
You're
spells. So
supposed
down
to hit them
here,
in the Hit them in the
Put
face with
1
Tony.
in your total focus
No
spells.
armor.
Listen,
Or
you got a
points,
knife-eared
and
surface
1
hunter.
there as well. So focus points. If you spend 10 minutes not in combat, you regain focus points. This is a core element of the system. They're basically the entire class resource for champions and rangers.
Resolve points.
No, they are not burned to regain hit points. They are regained while resting and are used to cast spells for free.
Oh.
They can only cast certain spells
Just cast the
though.
free spell, Forehead. It's not that hard.
So, for you, your bloodline spells up here are your free spells.
Ooh.
You can cast these
Hey, man, I
spells
have a lot of
spending
fun with this.
1
There's
focus
a,
point to do
There's
it.
a really fun
There
little
are
feat that
feats
I'm
and
taking
class
later
features which
on
give
called
you more
Lord X.
focus points.
Basically, what it does is if
So
I
you
kill
can write
someone,
these down.
there
I
is
don't
another
think you
target
can
within
cast
my
all of
range
those
of
yet
sight.
though,
Alright,
because some of
so
those are
it's
probably
like
higher
it's
level.
Temptation check.
You can't
That's pretty
cast a
cool.
bloodline
Alright.
spell that is of a
Sorry,
higher
man.
spell
If
level
it-
than you
If
can
it
cast.
works,
Yeah.
they're frightened. for
Since
that
you would be
cooldown.
interacting with
So
a lot
initial
of
is
people,
Angelic
we
Halo.
fucking mercenary.
I'll have to write down what
Oh,
spell
do
level
you
all
love
of these
Metal
are.
Oh, just
Really
leave
bad.
Angelic Halo actually. That's
Yeah.
probably the only one you
Um,
can use yet.
Have you ever had
It's like
the
Spanish here.
cheesy
And that
pizza
should be
from Pizza
it
Hut?
for you, other than
Yeah.
picking
It's
spells.
not very good.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have
Bad
your
battery.
phone?
Correct.
Do you have your phone? Correct.
Really, oh god, it tasted awful.
Matt, what?
Cheese it pizza from Pizza Hut.
Oh,
Ugh.
It's pretty bad.
can you go get me my insulin?
Yes, I can.
And can you get me Diet Coke? Not that, but like Diet Coke.
Can you refill
Sure.
this, please? With some
Excellent.
drug beer?
I'm gonna bust open
I'll
Chrome.
give you black cherry.
I'm gonna
The
Hey,
diet
black cherry.
Black jib.
move to the Pathfinder 2E SRD. I wish that Pathfinder 2nd Edition was popular enough for that to regularly pop up consistently.
You are receiving a call from your mom, Haley.
She is not helpful.
Let it go to voicemail.
Okay.
Oh.
Holy shit, bombers? Oh. I thought that bomber was a class. It's an
Yeah.
alchemist.
It's an
I was
alchemist
like,
racket. Just play bomber, Forehead.
I'd be a dwarf alchemist probably.
I can see it.
This is
So have
super
you just
not
like
helpful.
taken the Keratin over?
I really wanted to be able to get my book back, but the fucking spell
Yeah.
sorter app
They're
like
pretty
sucks
solid.
balls right now. So here we go. You get 5 cantrips. Here are the divine cantrips. Pick 5.
Buh. Alright.
humbug.
Pardon me. Let's see.
Pizza Hut wings are actually pretty good though.
Yes.
For what they are.
Pizza Hut wings are actually, I really like them a lot.
I'm gonna
They're-
remove your asshole,
Okay.
so you just shit whenever it comes.
All right.
It just
Shit.
drops.
So detect.
Wait, so
magic
like
is
it
going
falls
on.
out? Just like I sit down, just
Cantrips.
I'm gonna spend time developing the technology to make
You
you,
are
two
out of Diet Coke.
to make you two psychically share an ass,
Do I not have any in the closet?
someone
Can you
ever
bring
eye
me my
shit and
insulin
shit.
at least?
or vice versa. Yes.
Can you bring me the insulin because that's a medicine I need to live?
That's a very.
Would that
That would be a
I
very
don't know
awkward
right
situation.
now.
Like I'm sleeping, and then he's like awake at work, and he needs to shit.
Check
Oh,
my
shit,
desk.
pants, so I'm sleeping.
Have fun.
I just have a toilet constantly strapped to my ass.
Why don't you just sleep on the toilet, Forehead?
Well, I need to go to work eventually.
Why don't
So
you just
you
work on the toilet?
Staple a bedpan to your asshole.
Yeah, that's totally not gonna violate any health laws. Just
Suture it in.
Hazmat. The hazmat!
the hazmat suit. I still am going to be prepping food next to a shitty toilet.
We'll make you.
Oh,
like
right.
a
My starting
mech
HP
pod
is 15.
Mech-pod?
15.
No.
with robotic arms.
Well, no, what it is like I'm in a
What are you
cube,
starting
and There's
as?
a toilet,
Sorcerer.
but there's like little arms that come out, like I can slip my arms.
Put you in a wraith bow and you'll be fine.
Prestidigitation.
It's
That'll
like
do.
a reverse quarantine tank.
Yep.
A
I'm-
dreadnought, yeah.
I am trained in
Put
perception,
you in a dreadnought.
Redemptor or Contemptor?
trained in fortitude,
Okay, good.
trained
The big
in
meaty
reflex,
boy.
expert in will.
Contemptors are just like big Terminators. And they look kind of weird.
Yeah, why would you do
Right.
that? Oh, what's the one
Trained
thing that
in
the Grey Knights
simple
use that everyone
weapons
hates?
and unarmed attack.
Ironclad?
No. The fucking
I don't know
weird,
if detect
stupid
magic
looking
would
mech
actually be as
suit.
useful as read aura.
That's literally
Detect
just arms and
magic
legs.
is Detect
can't
magic
think.
will tell you
No,
if
I
magic
have
is
no idea.
in an area I
There is
don't
the
know
Invictor
what the
Tactical
distinction
Warsuit
with
that was
read
recently
aura is,
released.
but I don't
No,
think it's
no, not
immediate.
that.
I think you have
I
to
know,
focus on
that
the
was
object.
specifically shown to be
Detect if
painted
an
in
object is
ultramarine
magical and
stuff.
determine the school of its
No, the
magic.
Primaris, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
These are short
Primaris
descriptions, by the way.
model.
After this, there's like the elongated descriptions.
Gotcha.
But as long as you have the list, you can just look them up on the SRD, and I can go back to trying to get my spells in order.
Correct.
Pardon me.
Fucking this thing.
Shield.
The Dread Knight.
The Dread Knight. Holy shit, that thing is ridiculous.
It's stupid, is what it is.
I love it. I want to use that as for kit bashes.
It's horrid.
I'm gonna kit bash the shit out of that.
Heard you
one.
not Grey Knights, so put Grey
Let's
Knights.
stay
Grey
quiet.
Knights.
Okay, and you have two divine spells. Here's the
Grey
first two
Knights
of them.
have an
Air bubble and
effect
alarm.
to them.
They do. I like their helmets.
But they absolutely
Here's the rest.
Not only their helmets.
This list over
they
here.
they almost always
The
use
one I
some
cannot
form of
see.
stave because they don't
Here's
need
a
to hold a gun.
thematically appropriate
Because they have
spell.
a wrist
Oh,
mounted
so
storm
sorcerers know
bolter.
3 first level spells. That's
Oh,
good.
they know 3?
You have 3 first level spells, 5
Standard
cantrips.
Terminator.
You get. Wait, what? What did they
3
do?
first level
Um,
spells, 5 cantrips.
The only thing that
Oh, okay, I
rivals
thought you
them
said
in
7.
terms of
Well, I guess you get another spell
cool
then.
weaponry
Cool.
are the Adeptus Custodes.
Oh my god, there's a
Custodes.
character sketch
Yeah,
area.
Yeah,
That's
the,
never
the
gonna get
bolter
filled.
spears.
Yeah, the bolters.
Those things are pretty sick.
They are.
The same thing exists on Flora's sheet.
I'm physically incapable of letting go of my own
It is similarly empty.
Spirit link.
How do they like shift? Cause like grips. Do they just like?
magnet.
What the hell?
Magnet.
So it just slides up and down.
I
but you
don't
can't.
know.
I mean, how do they?
I don't think that's actually a thing.
No.
I've already got
That
healed.
that would make defending the Emperor much
I
more
know this.
complicated
I know
than
this.
it already is.
The fucking constant war that they're fighting in the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
I know this. I know this.
Oh,
Fuck.
create water is the first level
Ah,
spell
yes,
now,
because
huh?
every time the Emperor
Right,
shits
I think it
himself,
always
one of the
was.
Legion
No, it's
of
cantrip
Demons
and,
is
um,
summoned.
So my key spell
Hmm.
for my key score.
Anytime the Emperor
is 3.
thinks about
It's
like
charisma.
Less is always
anything,
good.
which is hard for him now because
And then
he's
if I'm
essentially
trained
a skeleton
in the
attached
spell
to a
DCs,
golden
that would be
toilet.
2 plus character levels.
golden
That'd be
shitter.
another 3.
The golden
Mhm.
shitter.
So that would be my spell DCs
Biggie
are
and the
16.
golden shitter.
Yes.
Yes.
Every time
And then my
Emperor
spell
shits
attack roll
himself, a new Legion of Demons is
also
summoned into this world.
is that.
He just looks back at the Emperor when he says it.
So my spell attack roll bonus is 6.
Just blank skeletal stare.
Okay.
Okay.
So, look at me. I'm a skeleton. I'm smooth.
You good
Training?
there? Oh, also your
My
phone
dear son,
battery's low. If you want it back.
Training,
You are-
character level,
Isn't it
And
Robo Dead, or is
your,
he
um,
No.
and
Yeah,
your
Rogel Dorn?
ability bonus.
What would you recommend?
No, he's dead.
Oh, really?
His hand
Oh,
is
yeah.
severed and kept in the like the Imperial Fist's like fleet ship.
Forgot about that.
Yes, he's mega dead.
Super dead.
Feels
Oh.
bad.
Sorry.
Feels
That's
bad.
spells per day, not spells.
Oh, it was Lehman I was thinking.
Move a
of.
spell.
If
I lied.
only.
Oh, wait, no.
only got-
No, you
was
have the
one that
maximum
didn't
number.
die.
Okay.
You have the
Still in
appropriate
his
number of
place.
spells. You're good now.
Lehman is dead.
Now you can go to the SRD, look up those
He
spells,
threw himself
and
in
you
the eye of
can
terror.
write them down here. And if you want them on index cards later, neat.
Where's the chart of
Where's
spells
Lionel
known
Johnson?
for sorcerers? You fucking bastard.
There isn't a chart of them. You just have to go to the paragraph. Hold
Listen.
on.
Listen,
I'm gonna have to make a chart
The
for
Emperor's
myself to
children.
remember. I'm not going back to
Right?
this paragraph every time.
we got names like Magnus the Red.
It's really not something you
Right.
have to go back to
We
every
got- we
time.
got-
I think you
we
get a
got
certain
Lehman
number of
Russ.
them every level.
We
So
got
you only have to
Rogel
look
Dorn.
at it once.
4 cantrips, 2 first
We
level.
got
Fucking Vulcan.
5
Perturabo,
cantrips.
4 cantrips.
Vulcan, Sanguinius, fucking
2 first level
Lionel
spells.
Johnson
5.
over here.
I'm looking at
Sounded
it.
like a basketball player.
He's named after a fucking author. Of
Either the
same
source
name.
document is wrong or
Well,
the book is.
It's
Source
Lionel
document's probably
Johnson,
wrong.
and there's Lion L. Johnson.
I am Lionel Johnson, child of the Emperor.
You start with 5 cantrips.
Where is
You
my
start
good
with
friend
2 and
Jacobite?
4 plus an additional
Where is-
spell
where is
and
Con?
cantrip from your bloodline.
Him and his fast boys.
Conrad
Uh-huh.
Curtis.
No.
So that's 3 and 5.
I can never remember how to say his name.
Remove a
Corvus?
cantrip.
White Scars.
Oh, Yagatai Khan.
That's it. Where
Only
is he?
supposed to have
Where
4.
is he from?
You're
Oh,
supposed
no.
to have 5.
Rough Red somewhere in the world.
I'm just gonna put this guy here.
5, and right from bloodline.
Right, you would remove one of them because
Still
that
actually
one
a
counts
baby.
against your total.
The warp is actually just
Ow.
halting his aging, so he's
Okay.
like a baby on a foot.
So you're right.
I too wish
You
to
you
know. No,
choose
Robo,
these
you
from
are too
your.
fat.
You can cast any spell in your repertoire by using spell slot
No,
of an
Robo,
appropriate
you are
level.
too fat. Would break the bike.
Each time you get a spell slot, you add a spell of the same level to your repertoire.
Okay, so yeah, that's why they didn't need a chart. So at next level, you'll gain a first level spell slot. That means you'll add another first level spell. The level after that, you will get a second level spell slot, which means you'll get a second level spell, and so on.
Pop gourd chicken.
Okay. So now you can just look up your spells and write them down. Because there's not a spell book applet yet.
I'm gonna boater hat.
That's everything. I got water in my book, and I'm a little miffed about it. But it should buff out my nice
There's a hat called a pork pie.
book.
I really hate how slow this is loading.
I'm sorry. Would you prefer to use my cellular device?
Matthew.
I will get off the internet and see if that helps.
He's chalking.
Please stop drawing Kevins on my wall.
Why?
There hasn't been a new one in a while. Figured I'd add to the collection.
Did they erase them?
No, they're still in there.
You.
Good.
I was surprised. They reminded if they were erased, I probably wouldn't have drawn one in there.
You wouldn't have drawn one if I had erased them?
Yeah, because I probably would have forgotten. But then I saw them. I was like, oh, this shit. This board is lacking Kevin's. I think I'm gonna add another one on here.
Where ist ein Kevin?
Isn't there?
Father, I too wish to go fast.
So I tried to write stabilize, and I got stabbed.
You would break the book.
That's not helpful.
Magnus, no.
There it
Your
is.
depth perception would be thrown off by your single fucking eye.
How are you doing over there, Tyler?
I'm on my bloodline for sorcerer.
Here's the
Well, I'm on choosing that.
The only
Did
good
you already write in
child
your
ever
proficiencies
that's-
for your armor and
Oh, no,
everything?
Vulcan's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vulcan's a good
I
guy.
haven't
help
chosen my
them.
cantrips
Vulcan's
or
also
While you
anything.
do
negative,
this,
but
and then we'll get to equipment.
I feel like I'm probably gonna do elemental just because
Vulcan's
she's
I already got an
like,
Maybe
idea
die.
of the equipment
but
that
I
I
have
want.
one.
Is it okay if I look at your sheet?
sure.
And you're
I
gonna
don't
play.
have the last sheet out because I don't use spells.
I just
No,
want to
but you
preface
do
this
have
joke
focus
by
spells.
saying, I don't judge you.
Rogues
Play
do get
whatever you
those.
want.
Everyone does.
You're dead ass gonna play another elemental sorcerer.
Yes.
There's the non-blurry one I had to align.
I prefer
Alright,
sorcerers
well then I didn't mess with that.
over wizards.
Why
And
use elemental though?
and if she's lightning themed, it would make sense that she would be elemental.
Fair. I'm guessing she's not going to stick to that theme as religiously as Pyro, though.
She's not a fucking nerd. That's why she's not a wizard.
But and I can't hardly say anything. I full ass was like, I am playing a wizard in this other game. Oh, it's a new system. You maybe want to try wizard.
Warbird.
Either you
Technomancer,
gain a +1
specifically.
status
Wizard.
bonus
Yeah.
to intimidation
It's just
check
a
for
fucking-
1 round.
It's a space wizard.
Or a
wizard.
target
It's a
You're
tech
just a
hand.
bigger nerd.
spell level.
You're a bigger nerd. Yeah,
It's
you're into
functionally
tech and
cheap.
magic.
Thanks.
I am the Omega nerd.
No, that's
The fresh sorcerer.
still pretty on par with as nerd as Korra.
What are you doing?
Do
Is
you need
Cora
me
a
help? Nerd?
I don't think
Cora's
so.
a nerd.
Okay.
Not yet.
She's a
anyway.
poetry nerd, along with
My
politics.
strong
What the fuck
recommendation.
does this
So
mean?
Do you have your own
Like
spell
Dorian.
with you?
Yeah.
My strong
fucking
recommendation
Dragon
would be
Age
to go to the
Inquisition,
list of
it's
spells near the back
The
of the
wizard
book.
obsessed with
Just
fan
look at
fiction.
the list itself rather than going to the complicated descriptions. Pick the spells based on that, and then like get your own phone out and check the SRD for the full descriptions.
When does this trigger?
What is
It's
it?
in the face.
This blood magic.
I believe
That
Hold
blood,
on.
the blood magic triggers whenever you use any of your bloodline spells.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay, you hear that, Tat?
No.
Anytime you use a spell from your bloodline, that's when that blood magic thing triggers. So when you use a focus point to cast that spell, that's how you get that protection thing.
Oh, so you can
Back
use
on,
focus
back on,
points to
back.
cast bloodline spells.
Yes.
Okay.
So the bloodline spells
Start
feature
going
has a
bald.
thing where you'll get the initial one immediately, I think, and then the enhanced one sometime later. Whenever you cast those spells, that triggers.
Okay. Only those, though.
I believe.
No, Rogel, you are too fat.
I need to
No, Ron.
read more because
No,
I'm not a
Ron,
sorcerer.
Go find Becky.
So I don't know how that shit works.
No gone.
Could you please fucking cooperate?
You know,
Website?
what? Who the fuck bends knees? How do you walk up?
You running
Fucking
off
bend
data?
knees. Who walks
Yep.
up?
That's
Fucking
fucking
bending
brutal.
knees.
It's like
What's
walking.
up?
But
I figured it'd be
I made you
quicker
puff
than
that.
running on your
Freshly juiced.
internet since you have
Fucking
other shit
asses.
connected to your internet.
Fucking asses.
Mhm. Was it?
I made you call that.
They're going about the same speed, honestly.
Call beef.
Fucking ISIS.
fucking asses.
Call beef. Spam.
Signature spells, spell repertoire, sorcery.
Would you like
to ride
in my brief?
You can move your body freely.
You can't move your body.
Well, I'm not going to be elemental
Good job,
Why's that?
because they are a primal
Anyway.
casting
You
bloodline.
can't move your
Oh, yeah,
body
that won't
freely.
do.
You are
The
no longer
Imperial
tied down.
bloodline might be of interest to you.
You
That's
can't move
divine.
Your body freely.
What the
You
fuck
can't-
casts arcane?
Wait, the Imperial's divine? I was all but certain it was arcane because it comes
pre-
from like having arcane like mastery in your lineage.
It is arcane.
Oh. I thought it was
is
imperial
pre-
as in like based on the imperial gods. Oh, it's spelled imperial like
Imperial.
yes, rather than EMP.
Yeah.
Is there not another arcane bloodline?
Imperial,
You
Draconic.
can move your body freely.
I think that's it.
To
Yeah.
be fair, Arcane is pretty much a wizard
You
thing.
can move your
No,
body
it's not.
freely.
Fuck.
You could have just said
Maybe
you
I'll do
class
wizard.
now, but
Welcome to the nerd club.
I don't want to be
Oh,
in
not
this
yet.
nerd club.
I
would
got
like
that
the
home
nerd
last
club.
Why
night.
not
I was at a
just
friend's
take
house,
Imperial?
and I passed out.
That's
Like,
fair.
big time. I'll watch
Or
it,
Draconic, I
tonight before I'm
suppose.
going to work.
There are
It
lightning
is a
dragons.
very good video.
I'm really super interested.
Yeah, I could
because
do
I've been
Draconic.
meaning to build up the giants.
That has some interesting implications.
Granted
giants
spells,
that
cantrip,
he
shield,
talks
first
about,
level,
like,
true
Game of
strike.
Thrones.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
And
I can just,
That's
size
it.
them up.
one of the weapons
I
that
really
he
like
uses
that.
is not like a normal
Bloodline spells,
fantasy
initial
setting.
dragon
Traditional
claw,
farmer
advanced
sight.
dragon breath, greater dragon
Yeah,
wings.
like, it's a sword head. It's just because everyone's conveniently at that height.
Well,
Blood-
son of a bitch tattoo.
Originally, the giants in
You
my
okay?
world were just going to be using a lot of like
I am not.
bashing weapons. Like the one that was.
Do you not
drowned
like that the
to-
two
to
spells
make
I wanted
Rohirrim,
the most are granted
his
by
weapon
my
I
is
do
fucking
not like that
slot?
this
mountain
fucking
range
thing
that
will
is
not
laid
load to let me
across,
write my spells.
his chest. It, like,
True,
fell on
I'm
top of
sorry.
But I
it.
am happy for you.
It's called the
Yeah,
what is it,
Draconic
Drake's
Bloodline,
Flying
I guess.
Mountains.
So
It
I'll
is,
work that into the backstory I write up for you, Haley.
It is the
Somehow,
second
probably.
magic, some very
war of
interesting
ancient
implications
dragons.
given.
Especially
He
considering the
killed
person who
four
taught her
out
magic
and
was
turned
not a
into club.
sorcerer.
Yep.
So she
Clubs are
just,
still
rather
out
than
there.
learning
Yeah.
magic, just unlocked innate potential that she didn't know she had.
The idea of like.
Do you
a
remember
giant
what
sword
happened to the
sight
dragons
Yeah.
about
and
40
like a
years
giant
ago in my
sided
world?
sling?
They were
You know
hunted
how
to
much
extinction
energy that
nearly.
fucking creates?
Yes.
That's stronger than
Uh-oh.
trebuchets.
It took
Well,
a dragon
having a
to
dragon
kill him,
bloodline
so
doesn't mean you are like
the
a
last dragon
born.
in the world.
No, that's not what I'm saying, but like,
Yo, we filmed
imagine
Is
if
he
you
also
found
a
out that
shitty
like,
small dragon?
you had a pet
Like
that
Smaug?
was fucking
yeah.
hunted to extinction 40 years
She's the
ago.
last
Dragon
in
type.
Rohirrim.
At first level,
She's
choose the
30
type
actually,
of
so
dragon that
she's the
influenced your
smallest.
bloodline. You cannot change your
she's
dragon
small,
type later. This
core.
affects how
Small,
some of
but
your
way
bloodline
better,
spells function.
Because she has
The
space
good
on the
metallic
inside of her
dragons
wings
and their
the
damage
sun
types
her
are
throat.
brass, fire, bronze, electricity, copper, acid, gold, and fire, and silver cold. The evil chromatic dragons and their damage types are black for acid, blue for electricity, green for poison, red for fire, and white for gold.
What's the good electricity?
There isn't one.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yes, bronze.
Oh.
Bronze.
Bronze.
Also time.
You can, bronze.
Outer dragons are not good aligned.
I know, they're neutral, but Galahad's a good boy.
Are there neutral dragons
I'm
listed
gonna-
there?
Nope.
You're gonna make a fighter.
The
It's
outer
Sir
dragons are
Bronze.
not like normal dragons. They're more like primal forces.
Sir Western Memley of the trapezoidal table.
They're like
Rumblebee
demigods.
Tunker. Oh, you
The
you
outer
hear about
dragons, the
Rumblebee
way they
Tunker.
were written in first
Rumblebee
edition,
Tunker is a
implied that
gnomish
there was
fighter.
only one of each type in the universe
is
at a
a-
time.
This is his full name. Rumblebee Tunker the 85th. Everyone in his family is
I
named
still don't
Rumblebee
know how
Tunker.
this blood magic
Yeah,
thing
you would.
works, and I don't know how to find out.
Do I write my bloodline
Is there
spells
siblings
under
there
focus spells?
classified as Grumblebee
Just to keep
Tunker?
track of them easier? Like those are the ones I can
Number.
cast with focus points?
No, it's
That's
just
That's probably a
his
good
number.
idea.
Your granted spells are
They just
different.
pick whatever
Those are
order they want
added
them
to
in.
your spell repertoire. Your bloodline spells are your focus spells.
He's the
Where
oldest
the
of
fuck
three
are granted
siblings.
spells
So
at?
he'd-
They're
so
not
86
written
and
anywhere. They're
87
just
are
like
after him.
they're what's given to you by your bloodline. They're normal spells.
That will be tough.
You would cast them as normal spells.
Another
Okay.
relative has a child.
So the granted
between,
spells,
like,
I would
the
just
other
write
ones,
in my
so,
spell
like,
list.
he's-
Yes.
he's
They don't.
87.
They're like the bloodline
He's
spells
87,
from
right?
He's the 85th.
Oh, 85th.
Is there no
First-
box for
his
what
sibling
fucking
is
level it is?
86 and then 87. He has 2 siblings.
No, you
They
just
have
write
tribal
next to
combat
it what
as to
level
who
it is.
gains rights to that
Or
number.
no, because they scale
I mean,
with
they
your
can.
level. It wouldn't really matter.
Well,
what
what I'm
level.
Cantrips
saying is,
do.
like, what if, like, the
You have to
cousins-
take
their
higher
cousins
level
are-
yeah.
versions of the same
So it's
spell
all
if
just
you
one
want an
family?
improved
all
version
Most
of
just
it.
one line.
sorcerers do that.
No, they don't.
Don't they have a thing that you?
They
can
have
say-
an
Younger
ability where they
children
can
usually
pick
die off
one
before they
spell
have
of
children.
each spell level that they can do that
They're
with
fighters.
freely,
Exactly
but
one
every other
surviving
spell
child
they
of
need to
each
still learn
generation.
I would have to
separately.
look
They're-
into
they're
what the benefit
fighters,
of
so
doing
I
that with
mean,
True Strike would be and
it's-
whether
it's
it
There
would
isn't
legit.
one.
There isn't one?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
like this lore.
It would probably be some
The
type of
Tunkard
damage
family.
dealing or infliction
they are
spell
to,
that would be the best to do that
Typically,
with.
siblings are born around a certain
Yeah.
age, and then
Okay.
the parents.
So I
just
need
And
to
lightning
choose.
bolt.
So if there are siblings that are either like 1 or
Level
less
10
years
lightning bolt.
apart, when each of the children reach an age
Put the
at
fear
which
of the
they
dragons
will be
back
able
in
to
these
wed and
motherfuckers.
produce
They
children
have to fight.
themselves, they fight to the
I
death.
have to. It's not like a barbaric thing either. They meet over tea and have a formal duel.
Yes.
Hand crossbows.
You said if
Well,
a,
brother, it's been nice.
if
No,
two
no,
things
it's
would
a battle of
both
skill.
train me in a
They
skill,
choose
I
their
can put that in
preferred
something
melee
else,
weapon,
Or
and they
you
go
put it in
at
something else by default.
Can you imagine?
It depends on the time.
Trained
Can you
Arcana.
imagine showing up, mastering the sword, and finding out that your sibling mastered javelins so he could kill you from 30 feet away?
That's great.
He mastered the pylum.
Man's over here with an addle.
Man shows up with a great axe, his brother shows up with a gun.
Well,
Okay.
you studied the
We
book.
shall
Okay.
start as traditional at 30 paces.
I figured out how blood magic works.
Brothers and
Blood
uncles,
magic.
he's got
Son of
bomb.
a bitch.
You might want to tag whichever
relax.
spells you got from being angelic.
this?
Hold on.
The bloodline is mine.
That would be light
I'll
and
figure the
heal.
rest of this out
Yeah,
later.
tag
Okay.
heal,
It's so ridiculous.
not light.
I'm just
Okay.
imagining
Any
the picture he
spells
sent
you
of the
get
one
which
with the
are
really
focus
long
spells
spear. It's like, well,
or
what?
bloodline spells given to you, like at your granted
'Cause they're
spells,
gnomes.
when you cast either of those, using either a focus point or a spell slot, that's when blood magic
Oh, you
triggers.
got me.
So when you cast
So
a blood
your
magic spell,
fucking True Strike, every time you cast it, triggers your blood magic.
which gives me a +1 to my AC.
Jesus Christ.
So every time I cast either Angelic Halo or Heal, I get an Angelic Aura that protects
Does it
me
stack?
or one target, granting a +1
what do you
status
mean?
bonus to
Does the
saving
AC
throws for one
bonus-
Well, I mean,
round.
it only lasts one round.
Okay.
Which is not
But I
bad.
mean, it's gonna get
But that's all
replenished
you.
every round.
Yeah, right.
True strike. True strike. True strike.
Not every
True
round,
strike.
but he'll have because
Because I'll either be casting True Strike or Shield.
well, shield doesn't require an action. Shield's a reaction.
No, Shield is a reaction, and it would be bumping my AC by 2 because I'd be getting 1 from the cantrip and 1 from the blood magic.
What's your AC?
I haven't bought armor yet, so I don't know. I know I don't have a dexterity bonus, so it won't be high.
I'm sitting at a nice 17.
Here, I'll let
It's
you
good for being hard to hit.
write down your spells since the thing's not being
I
cooperative.
really want to go for
Son
your
of a
next.
bitch.
No problem.
Just imagine this 3-foot ball
Let me
of
find a
knives
light.
jumping on your
I don't know how
friend,
good I
stabbing
feel
them
about
back
the
and then
ability
looking at
scores
you.
that I have. They scare me.
What do you have?
Oh, no.
16, 10, 12, 12, 12, 16.
That's
I
not
just
bad.
Pictured the bomber man
No,
just
it just means my AC is lower than I like, but I guess I have a way to make up for that now.
All right,
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I've got
Oh,
flat
no.
12s and an 18 in
When you
Charisma.
trap yourself with a bomb.
pull your paper. Light.
Actually, not too long ago, when I Funny and Collective found your Snoopy profile picture just out there in the wild.
The majority of my boosts were
Mine's
split
gonna
across
be
the 2
Cowabunga
16s I
Big
have, which
Off
is
in a
pretty good.
while.
It's 2 plus 3s right there, mate.
take off
components.
Cowabunga Earth.
The Spadacious Nervar.
There are waves to shred.
Come, Moon and Star. There are waves to shred.
Most delicious.
The
Are you
bomber
okay?
man. When you trap yourself with a
Are you
bomb.
glad I found that again, man? I'm glad I went back into the sexy Whittle Baboos chat.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, what?
Hey,
You
ain't we
should
got
say
index
something
cards?
else.
I'm gonna go look
Yes,
for 'em.
I have a couple.
No, I don't need. I have like a whole stack of them. I don't want to take like.
This
I need
is-
like 20.
Oh,
Should I
okay.
wait?
If you want.
What skills are you guys trained in? You're trained.
Shitting.
You are expert in shitting.
Captain Shid.
I have.
Master shit.
To actually answer your
Chosen
question,
weapon
I
is-
have.
If I was the no family, my chosen weapon is shitting.
Please do not leave pizza on the counter. That is where the ants like to get. If you're gonna leave
Fucking-
pizza anywhere, leave it on top of the
Mac,
toaster oven.
Can you put that away? Either on top of the toaster oven or in the fridge, but since there probably isn't room on top of the toaster oven.
I'm not trying to like be a pain in the ass, but we pay too much to get rid of the ants for me to just give them food.
So the skills I'm trained in, Tyler, are Arcana, Diplomacy, Lore, Fortune Telling, Medicine, Occultism, Religion, and Society.
Arcana, diplomacy, lore, fortune telling.
There are
What?
only You wanna know something,
What?
Matt?
Arcana,
There are only
diplomacy,
7
lore,
skills on
fortune
this- on
telling,
this character sheet
medicine.
that I am not
Medicine,
trained in.
Occultism, Religion, Society.
Okay.
Here are the ones I'm trained
That's a
in:
lot of skills.
Arcana, Deception, Diplomacy, Sailor Lore, Bardic Lore, Medicine, Nature, Occultism,
Whoa.
Performance, Society, and Thievery.
Jesus fuck.
Bards are skill whores.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Woo!
Lord.
I can't
So,
find
Underworld
index
lore.
cards.
Alright.
Okay,
I'll
that's
just
pretty
keep going
neat.
then.
So
Don't
there's
look
like a
at
new.
these.
It's
I'm
kind of
not.
like professions and that kind of shit where you have like
I
you choose
had
your own
them
thing for
somewhere.
lore.
No,
Yeah.
I do.
Some of the things,
Some of the
like-
things it'll give you something. Like mine, I chose the criminal background, so it gave me underworld lore that I
Yeah.
know of.
And
but
since
yeah.
I chose the warrior background, it gave me warfare lore.
That's pretty cool.
I got Fortune Teller, so I got Fortune Telling Lore.
But you can also write in things later.
Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I feel
Kind of
like
matches up.
Neat how they did that.
I'm gonna put that extra skill thing that I got
I
from
can
my bloodline.
I can tell
into
everyone of how
survival.
criminals and how shitty they are.
Actually, no. You get science lore.
You get lore.
Lore.
Just to learn more about
I
lore.
know of lore.
Elves basically get an ability where they can train themselves in a new skill every day, losing whatever training they had the previous day.
Okay.
Wow,
And the excuse is that you've been alive for hundreds of years.
big smart.
You just know things. You're Elrond. You're just good at everything for no reason.
You're Elrond.
You have dome brain.
It's literally, hold on. So another one of the elvish racial features is literally you're so morose that you keep outliving your friends that you gain a bonus to saving throws of to will saving throws. Like, you can't depress me. I'm already sad.
What if
Then, hold on, it gets better. There's an improved version of the training feat
Increase sad.
where you can become an expert in 2 skills every day that are different skills.
Legendary sad.
Like, you can just be good at
Fucking-
everything and sad
It's
about
just a
it.
Bomberman picture.
So
with
what
the
if they're a
with
young
the
elf?
ears.
Do you get any bonus? Like, does it go up?
Nope,
to
you
age?
can't take that.
Okay.
You have to be a minimum of 100 years old to take it.
Ow.
Okay.
Well, shit. Here
Actually,
I
I
am.
think you have to be a minimum of 200 years old
Right,
to take the second one.
201.
What goes next to the
I'm-
proficiency for
I've just
perception?
turned
Hold
old
on.
enough to
Say
get.
again?
Does that
Get
go
to
off of
speak.
your this? Proficiency is
It's like
this.
playing
Yes.
the Price is
Yes.
Right,
Okay, so that's character level plus 2.
but with age
So my
and
perception's
sadness.
4.
Not bad. You bitch.
You can move you violently.
You can move.
You can't breathe.
Spin.
Speed. Yeah, so this is my back. Speed. So this is my backyard now, chat.
My name is Cat. I like to
Speed.
speed.
He had a
Oh god, this guy.
He has an iron golem on top of his base called called Scringus or something.
He's free.
Scrogus, that was
He's
it.
free.
And
Look at him. Spin. Yeah, you walk away. You know what you
You
did.
know what? Fuck it.
there was one of those flying things that went up to the
I
iron
couldn't
golem.
find index
Tossed,
cards.
tossed.
But I'll tell you what my ass could find. I found
Spam.
stationery I haven't used in years. That's what I'm writing my goddamn spells and class features on.
Love it.
Alright.
Love it.
Do you want some?
You
I
want
have
coffee?
note
Or do you wanna
cards
just
if you
use
want
that?
some little ones.
I've already started. I might as well just keep
Okay.
going.
You
I'm
want
gonna
coffee?
eventually
Thank
put all my stuff down.
Want coffee?
These little-
Coffee
little
sounds
You want
stuff
some
will-
coffee?
I make
You want
a fresh
coffee?
pot of coffee. You want coffee?
Yeah, you want coffee?
You want
Oh.
coffee?
I made a fresh pot of coffee.
Here's
You
another
want coffee?
thing
You
that
want
I'm sure
coffee?
you'll be
Oh,
happy to
golf
hear.
cups.
Armor has traits that come with it. Plate armor has a trait which gives you a +3 on reflex saving throws. So that means that heavy armor characters like who dump decks still end up okay for it.
That's pretty good.
They can move their body freely.
Next one.
This is
You
my
want to go on
slug
the time
face.
now?
Sleeves.
That's good. I like that.
The move Preetly.
And
To
then
move
other
freely.
armors have different traits.
Preetly.
Like super light armors, you
move
can
your
sleep
body
in them.
freely.
Okay, so everything is in alphabetical order.
Yep.
Spell level order. That's weird.
All of it.
All of it.
They organize it by type and spell level for the list, but then they put it in alphabetical order to find.
Gotcha. I need.
I really like the art on that.
Do we know how? I asked Haley, but she didn't. Do you know how ability score increases work yet?
I think they work the same way that they do in Starfinder. You get them every 5 levels.
Do you
so
choose the same number?
I think you choose 4, and you increase them by +2 unless they're already 18 or higher, in which case you increase them by 1.
I'm definitely increasing my dex at 5th level.
Yeah.
If I don't have something before then that supplements it.
I know my
fucking
dex
dump
will be
smart
going
decks
up.
just to get it
I
done.
plan on being in melee and a decent amount. Oh, another thing which is relevant. Attacks of opportunity are not a universal thing everyone can do anymore.
Right.
Oh.
You have to take a fighter dedication feat to get them or be a fighter.
That's not true. Rangers and champions also get them, but they get them at later levels. Fighters get them for free at 1st level. That means that for anything to opportunity attack you, it also either has to have fighter, ranger, or champion levels or special rules. Which basically means spellcasters standing right next to somebody up until about 7th level are probably safe.
Which means I fucking stand in front of you, cast True Strike, you get a +1 to my AC, and then I go.
And then once 7th level comes around, cast True Strike, move up, strike.
That's fair.
And then it's, once you're there, cast True Strike again, trigger an attack of opportunity, shield, whump.
Whomp. Whomp.
Hey losers, nice ash castle.
Whomp.
Hey losers, nice ash castle.
Shield.
Sounds like ass castle.
Buddy,
Whomp.
you bought a...
Hey, that's a pretty nice. Oh! Oh!
I like to imagine that fire giants like to build sand volcanoes. And then they'll shove their finger in the sand near the volcano and they'll make like little fire come out of it.
Ash.
I
Bold
like
of you,
that they
bold
all-
of you to assume they know what sand is. It's
I like
ash.
that they all talk like beach bullies.
That was-
Whoa,
Look at
son of
this
a-
chump.
What the
fucking
fuck?
I really wish our campaign was happy enough for us to encounter fire giants.
What the fuck?
I mean, it could be.
Oh,
it ain't.
It ain't.
Buddy,
Hey,
you
hey,
brought
it
a
could be-
hammer to a
it-
sword fight?
you know what?
Fucking
You know
cringe.
what?
Bunk.
It'll be happier after we beat this fucking invasion down.
It'll be happier after we abolish Azathoth.
Abolish him. He can't exist anymore.
Not
He's
allowed.
abolished.
We gotta nip the cat ear straight off of Nyazathoth.
Hey, you should say something else.
Nope, stand up. Stand up. You stand up. Come with me.
I'm not doing that.
Stand up.
No.
Get out of the chair. You need to leave.
You can't lift
You're
me.
not free to stay.
Oh, maybe you can lift me. Watch
Come
the chair
on.
there. Watch the chair.
Let's go.
Watch
You
the chair there.
suck so much ass, Tyler.
Big ass.
Fucking flosses his teeth with ass hair.
I made you confess. Freshly juiced.
Oh! Okay. You leave now, and I can't shove you around.
You're not sitting down,
Put,
Matt,
pe-
you
put,
fool.
put peanut butter and jelly between 2 ass cheeks. Call it peanut butter and jelly ass sandwich. You're gonna be calling it dinner.
What? It's not even clever. It's not even funny.
That is something that was sent over Xbox Live to somebody.
right in the gooch, guys.
But,
We got a gooch emergency.
but.
Okay, so with shield casting, it is not the reaction. You can cast it, it is an action, and you can use the raise shield action as a reaction, treating the shield spell as your shield.
Yes.
That.
It's not free, it's an action.
Yeah.
No, it's a reaction.
No, it's not.
Because you can
What?
cast it on someone else's turn.
No,
No, I just instead of
I'm looking at it literally right here.
Oh, Amy, you were wrong.
Dangerous words.
She asked if she really did hurt you.
No. I just got it. I am recovering from the gooch.
From the gooch up.
I'm getting gooched. I'm recovering from getting gooched, guys.
Gooched is a verb?
Yeah.
That's
I
frightening.
got gooched. It's kind of like chup.
What is that?
That is a D20. We do not load dice into the guns anymore.
Oh, we don't?
We don't do that?
Because we discovered that I hurt people when I do that.
Stop it!
You like the any more?
Give me the gun.
Do you like the any more in that sentence, Declan? Does that not frighten you?
Let go!
Watch it. It's gone.
You can't use a D6. It doesn't catch enough air. Yeah, I know.
So shield spell is not actually a reaction. Casting it is an action. It allows you to use the raise
That
shield
one shield?
action as a reaction.
Oh. Well, it still works basically the same.
More or less, yeah. You just have to cast it.
You cast the shield cantrip, and then when it ever actually raised, you're just like, well, shit, take out the actual shield.
Ocelots are proud creatures.
Well, damn it.
Revolving ocelot.
They prefer to hunt alone.
Revolver ocelot. Revolver ocelot.
Revolving ocelot. That is my favorite picture. The revolver ocelot picture.
You can.
I like the one where it's on fucking what?
Guidance.
I think it's fourth hand or something, and it has the green text.
Yeah, revolver
Revolver
ocelot.
Revolver
It just
ocelot.
keeps going.
Yeah.
Have you seen it on the video of the dude who does that?
Yeah.
Untwirling for it.
That guy's sick. I like that video.
That
I
guy
like-
has
I love
never
that
had
he-
sex, but it's still okay.
I love that he's also, you can see him moving his mouth because he's quoting it. Including
Ocelots
the
are
12
cloud
shots.
Revolving ocelot. He starts to spin, 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 spin.
My newest cat, I like to spin.
Also, I'll
It's
say
not
that-
loaded, Matt.
Hey, Haley.
Yep.
Do you guys have ibuprofen?
yes.
I am sorry.
Sure.
We're probably not contributing to.
You are not, which is why I'm taking it now, so it does not progress to a worse state.
What is class DC determined by again?
Bro, I know what'll
So
solve your
class
problem.
DC is not a thing for you. If you were a fighter, your like focus stuff would be based on your
not need
class
any more?
DC.
Yes.
But since you are a spellcaster already, it's
My
just
spell
based
DC
on yeah.
is just that.
Okay.
I'm trying to wrap up what I can without the reference that I have. So I'm trained in martial, I'm trained in light armor. I still haven't used my
What's going on here, Matt? How's your gooch?
other feat for being first level yet. So I don't know what I'm
What do you
gonna
mean?
use that.
Thank you for.
I use my heritage, I
You got any
use
more?
my
that's good.
ancestry
You don't
feat.
get a bonus one at first level.
So what the fuck is versatile heritage and general training supposed to be?
So
Yeah.
versatile heritage and general training give you a feat at first level.
Right. But what's this one?
I keep accidentally
What is
shooting
that?
people in the
Feet
face with
first.
That
Oh,
comes
I
from
have
your
impeccable
class.
aim ripping people nuts. I don't know if I told you those stories.
So you get 2 features and a feat at first level?
Not
High school, I
always.
took- I
Fighters
took a
take up
shoot
the
with
first
one of
3
my friends and he was like,
because
okay,
the
I was like, okay.
attack of
Like
opportunity
that, it
counts
bounced
as a
off- skipped
feat,
off the ground, it hit
and
me
then
in the-
something else counts as a feat that they get, and then they get a class feature. For you, you would go down to the 3rd line and then just take whatever your first class feature feat
It's very
is.
ladylike.
So for you as a draconic sorcerer, it would be whatever the first thing is, which I don't know what is.
I don't either.
So,
Oh wait, no. Actually, it's not based on your bloodline. Some things are restricted by your bloodline, but it's a list.
also, I'm going to say this. For equipment, guns exist in this setting. They do not exist in the. They do not exist in the rulebook. I hate it. So here's what I'm going to do instead. Guns can take. Guns take the place of a pistol, taking the place of a short bow. It uses all of the same stats, except.
Oh, do
it
we
has
not
the-
have bows?
Oh yeah, pistol. Bows exist too. Like guns are martial weapons, but
Do you want to just make guns later?
sure. I was just gonna say, for now, if you want them, they have the same damage die as a short bow if it's a pistol, the same damage die as a
I saw you grab the
longbow if it's a rifle,
It's not
and it has the deadly quality.
Bludgeoning instead of piercing.
Yeah. rather, no, it's got piercing damage.
Oh.
Bullet pierce.
Bullet also bludgeon.
It has the It has the.
I don't know that I would describe what a bullet does to a person as bludgeoning.
It's a small bludgeon.
It goes through them.
It's a small
That's just
bludgeon.
a
It's
very
piercing
intense
and bludgeoning, which is
It bludgeons so hard that it pierces.
Yes. But the root is bludgeon. root word bludgeon.
Anyways,
Suffix pierce.
it has.
suffix pierce.
They have the deadly quality, and they also all have a misfire score of 2, rather of 3.
suffix is at the suffix at the end of the word. So
Correct.
that would be.
I think the word you're looking for is subtype.
I don't care. I'm just
Yeah,
waiting. I'm
that's
over here waiting.
fair.
Waiting for.
Ah,
To be able to finish this.
I'm sorry. Doing this manually is very painstaking.
What do you mean manually?
I have to use the fucking book.
That's how all the people in the '80s did it. Come on now.
Yeah, and it took them
Fuck
like
that.
3 weeks to get a game going.
No, it didn't.
I know, I'm making a hyperbole.
Got him.
That was all I wanted.
I have the gun now.
I am the gun.
Where are the P
Look
spells?
at me. I am the gun now.
Oh, Matt. There are 10th level spells in Pathfinder 2.
Cool.
They're goddamn terrifying.
I'm sure they are.
One of them is called Cataclysm. Another is called Alter Reality.
Revenge.
10th level spell, scary.
Alter reality can let you undo something caused by a
Fuck
wish.
this.
Alter Reality is wishing.
No, Thanos.
You cast a wish, you,
I'm gonna
re-
do this
Stop,
on my
please.
own damn time.
you cast a wish, you
Stop
bring an
wasting
ally back to
everybody
life.
else's.
Alter Reality
If I
doesn't.
take advantage of the technology at my fucking
Here.
disposal.
Oh yeah, that would be a
Wish.
smart
No,
idea.
Thanos, no.
Alter reality.
It's like an upside down snap. Just
Now we need heal, spirit
Well,
link,
no, you don't twist. You just
and bless.
No, it's one of these.
Alter
Well,
Reality
spirit
is
links
the
and
fucking
some
glowing
closer
eyes Cerise image.
Hey, so
Hey, Cerise, where are you from?
aren't you
Sorry.
the one? Aren't you the person who can fucking snap with all of your fingers?
No.
No,
That's
that's
me.
Declan.
That's what it was just
I
doing.
was working
Jesus.
on it. I can't quite get
I
there.
think Siri can do it too.
Son of a bitch, why do they have to have spirit link?
This is
Fucking
disgusting.
broken.
Is that
Yeah,
like
I'm
a spider wearing flip flops?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you just gotta get the pinky.
Did you know a spider can use 8 guns at once?
How
How
does
does
it
it
move?
walk?
Did you know a spider can use 7 guns at once?
Nobody move.
I goddamn loved the Fire Emblem text messages that had those things in it.
Did you
Five.
see? Did you see
Thief.
Pro ZD's video on Fire Emblem
Yes.
houses callouts? Killing is okay as long as you're having fun. Also,
There's a
like
height.
14.
Thief. 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 I before E except after C. Skype. No. It's just
No.
no. Stop.
Thief.
You stop that. Skype. No.
Oh, Matt, was it you who?
And finally bless.
The movie Your Name. Have you seen that?
No.
Your
Stop
name.
with somebody. It's
I've seen it.
It's a good movie.
It's just so memeable.
It is.
the fucking pop team epic. Your name.
Yeah.
I mean, we were discussing it.
It's a good movie.
We watched it in Japanese.
Yababeads.
As you should, honestly.
No, as in Japanese class.
Oh, okay.
The book can be taken from
Holy
me for now.
fuck, I'm older than you people.
More than me by a year.
Would you like the book, Tyler?
I need to figure out a couple more things for my class. So yes,
Oh.
I need to
I thought
go
you were
to.
20.
I'll be
Please
21 in November.
Lovely
Okay,
care
so
of
you
it.
might as well be.
Yeah, technicality.
Very good care of that
Technicality, 2 years older than you.
Are you
Half
playing
the
Breath of the
people in this
Wild?
room are older than you.
I know. I meant like specifically them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to
I know I'm
look
not
at
older
this.
than any of you. Aren't we
So
just about the
that's-
same age?
I'm like the opposite side of year of you.
Yeah.
Mag.
So that's feats. So classes.
Me and
is
him
before.
should both be older than you.
Yeah,
All
I
we
know
are.
that.
Yeah, all
I
you.
thought he was saying he was older.
No.
No, I
I'm
was
saying
I
I'm
was-
older, but not by too much.
Yeah, I was when I said what I said, I meant specifically about Matt and Ty.
Yeah, I'm the young boy. I've always been.
I've up until now been the young lad in my friend groups.
I tend to make friends that are always older than
I know that says Bardic, but the C vaguely looks like an E.
Yeah, my C's and E's are very similar. I have Barney Lord.
Go Thanos.
Reality is often disappointing.
What the fuck?
Hmm.
Where is Sorcerer at? Sorcerer.
Go to page 66, and then it should, I think, go to page 96.
You can use that as an actual.
If you check the side, it'll tell you what section of the book you're in.
Oh, I'm on. Wait a minute. What the hell?
Spin.
I'm supposed to be in classes. Why am I in?
You're supposed to be in class. You playing hooky, bitch?
Page
What the hell?
96 should be it.
I'm the
the
fucking
fuck?
truant officer.
You're an
and
archetype,
supposed
so you
to
need to
back
go further
fucking class.
towards the front.
In hell.
Towards the
I
start
don't
of
think
the
the bloodline is what I need though.
What are you looking for? If you're
These,
looking
I
for the
think.
whole class
I like this
page,
really.
I was looking for these, I think.
no, those are multi-classing feats.
The angle to grab.
Those are the dedication feats.
I hate this.
What specifically are you looking
I
for?
don't like the ass loading gun.
I'm looking
Well, no. See, that's
for.
kinda
I guess I
like-
am looking for the full class.
If it was the ass loading gun, it would be
You'll
like
want to go
down
more
here.
towards the front of the book.
I feel like that's worse if it was here.
You found
Yeah.
Wizard.
It'll
This
be
is the ass
before that.
loading
Wait,
gun.
this is it. This is here. This is it.
It's more like
This is it. This
It's
is it.
got
This is it.
pucker lines.
Excellent.
Matthew.
There you go.
Here, let me move over there and I can show you where to look.
Arcane, Arcana, Intimidation. I already reached
I was
Intimidation.
trying not to
Excuse
point,
me. Excuse
point
me.
that out.
Excuse me.
Cantrip and
But you
True
just had
Strike are
to.
granted.
It's got
Alright, so you've already got this somewhere, right? Like this vaguely.
Hate
Blood
that.
magic would be what went here, right?
Just pucker
No, that's
lines.
not a feat.
Where does
it's
blood
I
magic
don't like that
go?
phrase.
You
It's
would
got-
probably write it on scratch.
Fuck.
Hand me that piece of scratch paper under all of my stationery. Or do you want stationery?
No worries.
There you go. But if I can do something real quick so that I can move back to what I was doing. So,
Engineer.
the number next to it denotes what level you have to be to take it. So you get one of these at first level, which go in that slot.
Okay.
This means it's a reaction. That means it takes one action. If you see two of them, it takes two. If you see three,
Takes three.
yeah, pretty intuitive. And then there's an empty diamond, like a blank one. That's a free action.
Counterspell has to be a spell I have in my repertoire.
Yes.
Oof.
Oof.
Rumbo
Oof.
Spring.
Big oof.
Bench.
If wit. Oh.
Catch punt.
Oh wait, no. The spellbook doesn't count as a spell
Shits on
repertoire.
my mama. Have you seen any of those pictures? That's a really good one.
What is a status bonus?
Oh.
It's just like how Pathfinder 1E had like different types of bonuses. Two types of bonuses don't stack. You always
One
should
pick.
Oh, so status bonus is just a new type of bonus. Okay.
There are only like three, I think maybe five. I think there's status, competence, item. That might be it.
Wait, no, toilet. One place. One thing. It gets on the mama. Hamburger friend. I feel happy now.
I feel like dangerous sorcery is the best one for me.
Like,
No idea what that does.
You can get
When
Dangerous
you
sorcery
cast
is-
a spell from your spell slot,
There
if the
was a
spell
store
deals
in
damage and doesn't have a duration, you gain a status bonus to that spell's damage equal to the spell's level.
All over them all.
That doesn't work with True Strike.
No, but it would work with other things like anything lightning.
Well,
Which
Is
is
it
a duration.
functional?
Huh?
Is it functional?
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
feel
want
like
to brew coffee or anything?
No
Want some
reply,
coffee?
No bull. No
Okay.
fuck shit.
I don't feel like counterspell would be
Captain
super useful
Keen,
to me, and I
full
don't want a
honest,
familiar.
100%.
I'm surprised you don't want a familiar. I don't know if they've got the same drawbacks that they had before.
They do not, as far as I know. They're actually a lot better.
How they get so many
But
goddamn nuts inside that
They're also like, they're like
Favorite vegetable.
animal companion minus now.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of stuff they can do though.
Strawberries.
I guess I'll check the
Actually,
rules for
coffee
them on
does sound
217.
pretty nice. I know they've got a thing to counteract.
You
that.
just fired a gun directly next to a man with a headache.
I actually,
I mean, it's
most of
fine.
those
It's not that
Keurig
bad.
cups are my mom's. I'll ask her today, and then we'll know in perpetuity whether or not we're allowed to use them.
I
Fair
can
enough.
offer you tea though.
Whoa, hey, what the hell? It's 214.
Go for Irish breakfast because that's caffeine in it. If you're out there.
There is no Irish breakfast. I drank all of it.
Irish breakfast is
Fuck.
the best tea.
Irish breakfast is the best tea.
It really is, though.
Right next to mint.
Your animal companion
just gets
uses
it,
your
yes,
level
and
to
lemon.
determine its proficiency bonuses. It's trained in its unarmed attack or armored
Mint
defense.
tea with just a little
Is
bit
that
of
familiar or animal companion?
I find that
Animal companion,
there's
where's familiar?
have you ever heard of the brand Organic Medicinals?
It might be the
Yes.
next page.
They have a throat
Oh,
coat one
No,
that is
familiar. Okay, start it over here.
delicious.
217.
It's
Um,
really interesting because it just
Save
tastes like
modifiers and
water
AC
when it's
are equal
actually
to
in your
yours
mouth.
before
But
applying
when you
circumstantial
swallow it,
status
it
bonuses.
hits you with a sweetness.
Perception, acrobatics, and stealth.
There's
are equal to
you
your
know the
level plus your
celestial
spellcasting
whatever it's
modifier.
called. Those they had a sampler
Huh?
box and in it had
Hit
cherry,
points. It's 5 hit
mint,
points for each of
and
your
some really
levels.
baller chamomile.
Familiar's tiny.
Like all three of those are great. The cherry one
Familiar
was
has low light vision and can gain additional senses
weird.
from familiar.
Fruit teas are
abilities.
interesting usually.
Fruit teas are interesting because it's
You
basically
can
just hot
communicate
fruit
impact
juice,
with
but
you
like
as
with
long as
like
it's within 1 mile of you.
undertones of tea.
Yeah.
There's this one tea that I get, and I'm sure you've had it too, Tattoo, from My Cottage Garden, A Day at the Fair.
Yeah, and it fares great.
It's a very fruity tea.
We need to go back there.
They make they make
We also need to
flippin'
go
like
to Key Largo again.
I went yesterday.
I forget who it is, but there's a brand of tea that makes one called Second Breakfast, and it's supposed to be like a Hobbit blend.
Nice.
It's really weird.
I want to try that now.
It's like it's like good and warm and earthy. It's nice. I gotta say, like my favorites are definitely Irish breakfast and mint.
So each day I get 2 of these
I
abilities.
like tea.
I have no idea. I haven't read anything. You're the expert on familiars now.
Get a bamboo.
Fuck
one you
that.
Find interesting.
Mm.
It says each
I'll
day
try
you
some.
channel your magic into 2 abilities, which
After
can
I
be
can
either
drive, I'll be
familiar
over
or
here.
master
This place
abilities,
a
and then
lot,
it lists
'cause,
familiar abilities and master abilities here.
The couch play of DMC2 we have to do.
If your familiar is
Plus
an
hanging
animal
out's
that
always
naturally has one of these
And I'm
abilities, for
always
instance,
willing
an
to give
owl
some
has a
rides.
fly speed, you must select that ability.
Please, sir, I'm begging you. I have a family. Stop.
Your familiar can't be an animal that naturally has more familiar abilities than your daily maximum familiar abilities. What the fuck does that mean?
Please, sir, I'm begging you.
I have a family.
I have a family. Stop. You can't shit.
You can shit your body freely.
You can't shit your pants freely.
Really? I can do that?
No.
You can.
No.
You shouldn't.
You have the power, but whether or not you should is another question.
Anyone on for tea?
Oh,
Tea? Anyone on?
can I have some too?
Yeah. Which one?
Once per day, your familiar
Earl
can
Grey.
use 2 actions with the concentrate.
Should we have any English breakfast?
No.
Actually, I still have a drink.
Oh, please.
Hate this fucking life.
Yeah, I don't like fluorescents. They're awful.
You can prepare an additional cantrip, or if you have a repertoire, instead designate a cantrip to add to your repertoire every time you select this ability.
English afternoon, chamomile, Lady Grey, Earl Grey, bunch of more stuff.
I'm not even gonna lie, familiar's way too fucking confusing for me to want to take it.
It's just daily upkeep,
It's my favorite tea.
but
Yes,
I also don't think it's thematically.
not really.
You'd see them at the import site.
I feel like I'm probably gonna take Dangerous Sorcery.
It's black tea, if you'd like to try it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take Dangerous Sorcery. Not only do I not feel like learning how animal companions work my first run through Pathfinder 2, but it's not very thematic.
Animal companions proper?
Or not animal companions familiar, so.
No, I know, but I'm just like, I want to go on a tangent. Are really fucking good. Holy shit, they're good in this edition. They do not blow ass like they do in 1E by default. It takes an action on your turn to command them, but like, the wolf can get the ability where without a saving throw, they can trip an opponent that is of appropriate size.
Ooh!
Like, just, you're on the ground now.
They don't even have to roll for that, they just trip it on it?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Ooh!
It is. Had it. That's why I said it sounds lovely.
Alright, so now, back to Sorcerer.
When it comes to tea variety, I try to. I don't know why, but I didn't get into a whole lot of blacks and grays.
And then there's me. Give me the bitter black shit.
Yeah.
I'll throw the fucking honey and milk
Yeah.
in it, and it'll be.
I went for more of the like mints and different fruit flavored ones.
866 frog.
These are interesting.
Herbal teas, yes. Stuff like that, and like there was one that I had that was really nice. It had orange zest in it. That was good stuff, especially just a little bit.
Alright, I put a lot of water in there since there's 3 of us drinking. So thank you, friend. That's a dollar time.
We're gonna be rotating. Spin.
I'll never get over how happy he sounds.
Vinny, what's your favorite role for the stream? Spin.
Are you doing the what? It is a mystery?
Bum, bum, bum.
I fucking knew it.
Spay me for the
Oh,
Dorito.
do you want?
I'm dizzy now.
Spallone.
I know how to fix this.
Baba the Scooties.
Baba
You
Goose.
spin the other way.
Correct. It genuinely helps. You should try it sometime.
No, I don't like getting dizzy.
Nice.
The thing about being my height and my weight is that I have an aversion to the floor. I always mention that I have frighteningly good balance for someone of my size, and that's exactly why I don't like being on the ground.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I can cast.
It just reminds me of a.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
What was
Ty, I'm
that?
listening.
I can
Something
cast
fell.
5 cantrips
What
per
was
day.
that?
My
My
shirt.
Oh
shirt?
no, that's how
It's not
many you
heavier
have.
than a shirt.
You
That
can
was
cast
it.
them infinitely.
Yeah.
You don't ever get any more of them unless you take features.
So
that
this
give-
this is what confused me. So when it tracks the 5
Watch out,
cantrips and
Thanos
3
is behind
spells
you.
in this chart, does that include the 4 plus 2 you know, and then the 1
He's
you
doing
get
some sort
as
of
a
weird
granted
interpretive
spell?
dance.
Because the chart says 5 and 3, but this paragraph says 4 and 2. Calm down back there.
I was
for cantrips.
for real.
Yes.
I was doing
Like,
the
since it
thing
says you
from,
know 4 cantrips,
what
but
is
you
it,
get a
Ocarina of
granted
Time or
cantrip as
whatever?
well.
And the one village just
When it
two
says
people going,
5 cantrips
that's
per
what
day,
that-
is
that's
that
what it
what that
means.
is?
Yes.
And the same goes for the first level spell.
Yes.
Okay. Spell
Stop
slots
that,
per
no.
day, first
Quit
3.
creeping.
It's the bottom how many I have
I've been
left.
told.
I'm
I've been told several times.
That's how you
though,
would
I have
track
the,
how many you ever made.
I have the Brock heavy step.
assuming. Okay.
The what?
People learn how to fall quiet.
What about it? Alright, maybe, but you're gonna
You
have
gotta
to
use that
slide.
dex
You're gonna
bonus
have
you
a
think
fun
you
time trying
have.
to get out of that fucking beanbag chair. That's my chair, and
I'm gonna use a different color for focus features, class
Go ahead.
features, and spells.
So there's that.
Okay.
You know where I have? I do have my dex bonus.
I mean, you're already a furry. You've got the basics down.
It doesn't require a dex bonus to hit someone at point blank range.
Spallone.
Hey!
Do you feel roasted?
Whoa!
Okay.
Baba Goose Scooties.
You should
Hey.
feel destroyed.
I shot myself in the foot.
You did.
Now you get to go home with a purple heart.
I served.
This is my buddy. His name is Fred Meyer.
Is he the, is what number is he in his generation?
8.
He's the 8th. No, please serve my family. I'm begging you. Me. Me.
Oh, here's another thing, and this will be the case when I run a campaign as well. Because bulk is the weight system in this game, and bulk is easy, we will actually probably use it.
Oh, well, alright.
Alright.
Well, knights who so formerly said me.
Bloodline
Well,
spells
next
are
week.
not immediate, right?
So formerly said me.
No, you would
You
get
get
the
your
initial
bloodline.
one.
Oh, you get the initial one?
Yes, it should say like bloodline spell initial, and then granted spells you just get those.
Watching it's a bit of a
Okay.
slog.
So the initial spell do I add to
Bastard.
my repertoire?
No, that is a focus spell.
Oh, it's a focus spell.
Yes,
That's it.
the
Okay,
bloodline
that's what I
spell
was
is a
asking.
focus spell, and then the granted spells are just normal
Oh
spells
yeah,
that are
on
added to your spell
on the
list.
third page of my character sheet, when it on the like personality page. Where is it?
That's
This is the only-
that's a PE.
I'm just gonna
Ah.
say right now, she's not gonna use Dragon
The,
Claws until way fucking later. Infinitely
This
later.
page up here on mine, where it says, where was it? Oh, where was it? Hold on.
Catchphrases.
I put bastard on mine.
Personality bastard.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, attitude. Rascal / bastard.
Bastard.
Dislikes large beings. Likes gold, knives, food.
Yeah, that's fair.
You never
That
told
sounds
us.
like me.
You never told us that Bricks had a fucking 24 in his dex. What the shit?
I have a 24 in my charisma.
Well.
I actually have this full character sheet in my folder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Grix has like a 24 in his dex. He's a stealth.
Alright, so all I have left
That'll
now,
be useful for when we
for
kill
this.
his ass.
I believe,
Yep.
is to determine my spell list, and then I will be good. So the spells are way back here. Perfect. I've flipped right to it.
We'll play the Street Fighter 2 thing. Oh, I should have brought my backpack.
Focus spells. Focus spells.
I just remembered. I recently got the third alien archive because it came out last month. They have a creature that's a fucking giant space vertebrate. Oh no!
So-
Lasers out of its mouth.
Oh,
awesome!
speaking of that, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay.
I know I'll be joining the game a bit later, and this won't be soon. But I thought of reworking Axiom from a robot
Okay.
into something a bit more practical.
How do you determine what your focus pool is?
You get one.
One.
You have one total, and it regenerates every time every 10 minutes you spend not in combat.
Okay.
Other classes have certain rituals they have to partake in during those 10 minutes. Like a bard has to like perform or write something down in their like book or whatever. Sorcerers, because their power comes from their bloodline, don't have to do a goddamn
They
thing.
just meditate, basically.
No. Just as long as
They
you're
just
not in
sit.
no. Is you can be walking through a dungeon as long as you go 10 minutes not doing anything, the latent power in your blood recharges.
Very good. I guess the trade-off for that is since she doesn't know she has a draconic bloodline, she doesn't do any of them for a good while. So that's how we'll determine that.
I will say I'm most likely just going to stick with the robot. It was just something that I like a fallback.
Okay.
But yeah, no, robot's totally good.
Spell lists. Arcane spells, here we are.
Jason kicks the bucket, which is not likely, but a possibility.
I gotta say, honestly, a bard in P2 sounds pretty fun. I like R1.
They are. They are also a spontaneous caster.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead with the water.
So I know 4 more cantrips. I already know shield.
He's a former miner, like an asteroid miner.
Detect magic is just good.
Became a mercenary. His whole thing is, well, why would I pay for all this crappy military grade stuff when I've got industrial grade stuff that I own? So he uses mining equipment.
Electric arc.
You ever had your ass torn open by a fucking plasma drill? These are my ass spirits. These are my ass spirits. I regret you.
No, don't be there. Get out of there.
Itadakimasu.
Itadaki thanks.
Stop that.
Itadaki thanks.
Sorry, gozaimasu.
I hate all of you. I can know one more.
Sumimasu.
Stop.
That? Fuck up.
Alright, goodbye, Toe.
Konnichi hai.
This hurts the man.
Konnichi hai.
I'm gonna split their skulls in half and replace their kneecaps with them.
They deserve it.
Everything I heard has been completely rough.
Yeah, but he can be there if he wants. There's no food in there for him to steal.
Does Mage Hand pretty much work exactly the same way it worked in...
To the best of my ability, it's just a little.
Does the bastard child just
Pick
place
something
that
up
they
and just hand
shouldn't?
it to them?
Yeah, but they can be in there. There's no food for them to steal.
But is there
Twerp,
gold?
what's in your mouth?
Probably
Clicking
not.
sounds as a couple of coins fall out. Nothing.
Twerp, what do you have?
A knife! Yeah! Twerp, what do you have? Knives!
You know what will really break Twerp's heart?
What?
Getting a coin mimic in her stuff.
Ooh.
Bold of you to assume she wouldn't just eat it back.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the thing. The coin mimic eats all the coins and turns them all into mimics.
Yeah.
So they're all coin mimics.
So now I got a pouch full of snacks for the road, is what you're saying.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I wonder what
you
happens
now
if
have
you-
you no longer have your supply of gold.
Go ahead.
Have a bag full of
Oh, I was gonna say something about that. Fucking, what happens when you eat a coin mimic?
I don't know. It probably eats its way out of you.
Ah.
I mean, that would depend on whether or not you chewed and it died.
It's metal.
That's a goblin.
It's not a kobold.
And?
Actually, Pathfinder goblins by default are kind of like how kobolds are in 5e. They
trash
kind
compactors.
literally, if you, I can't show you because it's in the book, but there's a section in each of the races where it like breaks down what other races think of you. One of the things for goblins is other races are astounded that you survived despite your race's general proclivity towards fire and poor gastronomical choices. Which is to say, they eat things they shouldn't.
They
You
eat
know.
like sharks.
You know, like hunks of wood off of the bows of ships.
Yeah, hunks of wood, license plates,
What about magic
random pipe pieces that aren't
It's not a bad
immediately
spell.
having
It
steam
gives you a
put through
+1
them.
weapon,
They're all like
and it's
the
a
one
great
that
spell to
he
swap out
plays in.
later
That
because
one
it doesn't
guy's hand
scale
who
any.
thought he could reach into my gullet and get the coins out of
What?
your back.
Where does it say what action it would
However, it is worth considering
Never mind,
you're spending
track
one
note.
of your spell slots that you only get every, like, you know, a few of every day
It's like a cat's
to get a
book, but shittier.
+1. Oh, actually, no. Magic weapon's a lot better. It adds a +1 to the
Yeah,
sword
twerp,
and gives
like,
it a
shoving
striking
coins
wound,
in her mouth.
which means that you get
To
one
steal
extra
them, because
damage
it's
die
quicker
of
than
that
pulling on
weapon's
the back.
damage die.
But she doesn't
Which means
actively
if
eat
you
them.
Wouldn't
instead
that
of-
also
There's a couple
stack
that
with
don't make it
dispel
back
weapon
into
later
the
too?
bag.
Yes. So that would mean that if you used a greatsword instead of a
She
shield,
did live
or
on the streets
instead of
for
a
good long while.
longsword,
Had to eat things like wood.
no, you're
so-
using a bastard
I mean,
sword.
She doesn't
If
mind
you use
it.
the bastard sword in 2 hands, you would get 2d12.
I mean, I'm sure she notices whenever.
And you're
like,
rolling
a
it
fucking
at
coin goes down
advantage,
her throat,
'cause
kinda
you're
like whenever
using
you
True
notice an
Strike.
Ice cube goes down your
Yeah.
throat.
And magic
Just
weapon
look
lasts
care.
like, I think a minute, maybe 10 minutes.
There's
Really?
also,
So you open a combat with,
Magic
there's also
weapon.
the whole thing of
Oh,
for a while,
yes!
she just carried around strips of boot leather that she ate.
and then you use True Strike at your discretion.
Jerky.
Pretty
Range
much.
touch targets one non-magical weapon. Duration 1 minute.
Probably
Yeah, so
eat a
that's
well
10
done
rounds of
fillet.
combat.
Hmm
The biggest mistake you can make in an
Energy
encounter.
becomes a
just be a
+1
tire.
striking weapon, gaining a
The
+1
biggest
bonus
mistake
to
you can
attack
make
rolls
is
and increasing
mistaking
the
her
number
for a
of
starving
weapon
child.
damage dice to
Starving
2.
yes, child, oh god.
Hell yeah.
Her
So I got
age
True
on
Strike,
here is
magic
20
weapon,
with a
and
question
shocking
mark.
grasp.
Because she's 20 something.
Don't
What
keep
do you-
track.
Actually, I don't know about shocking grasp. It fits the lightning
20
theme,
plus.
but
20 dish, who cares?
Somewhere between 20 and 30.
there could be some more useful things I could take there.
Torp's been around the block a few times.
I don't like those implications.
Not in that way. They'd
Yeah,
probably,
mumbo way.
they'd probably be dead.
Maybe Featherfall.
That's never bad, especially not in this, especially in
Especially
this
not
setting.
with Sky Pirates.
Oh god.
Right, that'd give us an opportunity to toss you a rope.
Dude,
Yeah.
there was a thing for goblins that made me take half fall damage.
The problem is that if you do it's not about having the fall damage you take.
Yeah.
It's about slowing your fall long enough to not
Not
fall.
fall.
Right.
Caught into the storm. Because if you're down there, you're probably gone forever.
Make sure it works the same way. I'm pretty sure it does.
Haley was describing to me just how bad the storm is, by the
Oh.
way.
Featherfall's a reaction.
The words that she used were 500-mile-per-hour winds. So don't fall.
So
Because
Jupiter.
even if somehow you made it to the ground, the wind would tear your arms from their sockets.
You would
Oh, you can't increase the number of creatures you target with a Featherfall,
can't
though, no
whoosh.
matter how high level it is.
See, what
That's
you
Oh,
need-
that's-
That's
sucks.
their problem.
See, what someone needs to make is a very small, compact sphere.
The target's fall slows to 60 feet per
gyroscopic,
round.
has
That's
like
not a
gyroscopic
lot.
seat on the inside.
Huh?
60
Drop
feet
that
per round
for
is
the
still
storm.
really fast, isn't it?
60 feet per round is fast, but
gyroscopic
again, it's
seat.
still
It's a
better
small-
than
Contained
I feel like
sphere.
you're fucked
It's gonna be
anyways,
hard
even
to
if
rip
you
that
get
open.
Featherfall.
no, because that would be
It's not gonna be
slower
hard to
than
move it,
anything
though.
we threw
Exactly.
at you.
So it'll fly around, but because of the gyroscopic
Would it?
insides, you won't be flying around all like.
See, Matt,
squished.
there's
There's a
one
problem.
there's one
Please
thing you
stop
fail
that.
to see. impact.
Well, see, here's the thing. Cushions.
Well, see, here's the thing.
If the target reaches the ground
supply.
while the spell is in effect, it takes no damage from the
Siphon
ball.
the air
Oh,
from
good.
the
If you
sword.
made it to the ground.
Nothing is
Yeah.
stopping.
You filter-
Via what method?
Suck.
Suck in.
Suck in.
Just have air tanks. Just have like air tanks inside that have air.
And
feeding.
when those run out,
So
is there
Is-
a way
is
to
it
get
gonna-
back up?
Is it? Are you gonna be falling in the storm for like several days or several hours?
Depends on how high up you are, doesn't it?
Now the storm is
Depends
about.
on what direction the winds are moving and how heavy you are.
It
If
is
it's like a solid metal
Well, how
ball.
heavy you are doesn't matter. You fall at 60 feet per round if you get feather fall on.
the storm's about.
Also, weight has never impacted how fast you fall.
Let's talk about physics.
You
It's like-
don't. You don't fall faster if you're heavier. All objects fall at the same speed.
Yep. The thing that determines how fast you fall is your surface area.
No, oh yeah, because your surface area generates drag, but two items of the same mass and two items of different mass, provided they have similar ballistics, fall at the same speed. In a vacuum where there's no air, a feather and a bowling ball fall at the same speed. The only reason the feather falls slower on Earth is because there is air to catch, and it's designed to be aerodynamic because it evolved for birds.
Have you looked at the
The weight was more whether or not the
arcane-
wind could lift you.
I mean, it'll lift you either way. 500 miles per hour? What doesn't that lift? A hurricane will tear a house from its foundation, and that's 200 miles an hour.
Who's that at the door?
I don't know.
Have you looked at the
Son of a bitch.
Have you looked at the arcane spell list very closely?
A bit. Why? What are you looking for?
Have you found color spray?
There are these kids that are going around selling stuff for their school.
That's rough, buddy. No, I'm not. Don't open the.
I'll tell them that we can't.
Don't open the door. Just don't open it.
Just don't.
They know we're here, guys. They probably can't hear us.
It doesn't fucking matter. Don't open it. Fuck, man. Critical success. The creature's unaffected. Success. The creature's dazzled for 1 round.
Spallone.
Failure. The creature is stunned for 1 round,
It's on my
blinded for
folder.
1 round, and dazzled for 1 minute. Critical failure. The creature is stunned for 1 round and blinded for 1 minute.
Well,
Wait a minute. What the hell?
does that spell say arcane and occult on it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be my last spell.
I
Could
could
No,
show
no, no,
up
no.
and I'd be like,
I
Because
could have
something-
scrounged up some cash, but whatever.
Something doesn't make sense here.
What are they selling again?
Why would they be
What
stunned?
are they selling?
Oh, they were selling cookies.
Oh, okay. It says the creature is stunned 1, which
Yeah,
I
I don't
assume
care,
was
it's
just a
just
typo.
Honestly,
I
they
don't
could-
think they have square
When
on them.
the
Honestly,
one,
the cookies looked good. I would have bought them if
the
they.
number next to the condition is the
I'll
number
just
of
make
rounds.
those cookies.
Okay.
Time.
I was
They
just
check
confused
the
because
digital,
next to it, it didn't say
As of
blinded
right now,
1,
I
it said
have
blinded
3
for
things that I
1
need
round.
to make for just
But the
about everyone in
blind
this
increases
room. I
from
have
1
a
round
stew.
to 1 minute,
I have a citrus
they
cake
critically
that I got
fail.
Ty excited for.
which I imagine
And,
would be pretty hard
where's
early
my-
on, but later on could
Oh,
become
oatmeal
quite
cookies.
nasty. So if you're taking color spray, that means I don't need to. That means someone has
I
it.
only get 2 spells.
I also only get 2. Plus
No, I
3
mean
spells.
I can only cast 2 a
What
day.
did you say?
Oh. Well, I can only cast 3.
Why
I'm
is
just
she
saying.
laughing so hard?
No,
You don't
it's
get any
fucking
bonus
Monday.
spells per day from your charisma mod, do you?
Nope.
Monday.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, so I only get 3 per day.
Also, Jesus, you really like your tea strong, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I
I leave mine in
Fucking
for.
weirdo.
I leave mine in the whole time. I'm
What's
good.
your other spell?
I have True Strike and Phantom Pain,
I
and
leave
then
mine
I
in
will
for
be
2
getting
minutes,
Color
and
Spray as
then
my
give it a
third,
healthy amount
because
of
I
like
get True Strike for free.
creamer and sugar.
I also, we both get
Full
True
time.
Strike for free.
Need that flavor.
Just don't miss, forehead.
That's what the creamer's for. And the rest of the tea.
But that's the thing. Like, the creamer dilutes the flavor of the actual tea.
Well, I mean, it's still the same. Like
I'll
it,
do
it tastes
Featherfall.
very
Featherfall's
different
good.
because of the I consider it the base, and then the
When
the
it
creamer's
comes
like a dressing. Really.
when it comes to dark teas, yeah, I'll agree. I wouldn't go putting cream and sugar into something like a mint tea, but
Oh yeah.
probably just sugar or honey.
Also, Haley, when I said cats with a human feature are just the best, I
Nope.
meant not only my profile, but also
Hmm?
shit like
I put
this.
cream in coffee.
Oh, that's the
not
best.
tea, I put
That's
coffee.
wonderful.
Specifically.
That's one of my favorite pictures,
like
honestly.
Dark teas. I'll
That
put
used
a
to be
little
my
bit of,
avatar,
like,
the
red,
cat.
not like
I know,
coffee
I
creamer,
remember.
but like actual cream.
It was the longest
And
avatar
then,
you've had.
Like honey.
You
Yeah.
maintained it for the longest.
I really did.
Yeah.
Um,
I usually drink teas that don't really need anything. My
Now
favorites
I
are
will
like
buy
fruit teas
equipment,
or
and I
like mint
believe
tea
I
and
will
stuff,
be done.
stuff
I
like
will-
that. They usually
Oh,
just need a little bit of sugar. Cherry
aside from
tea,
what
if
you
you ever
get
get
from
the-
class,
The chance to try it is
background.
weird, but great.
what do you get skill ranks
It
from?
looks
Class,
like
background,
you're
and then
drinking
4,
dark
right?
blood.
There are no skill ranks.
Race,
Yeah, it's
class.
like deep
Are you asking
red.
for skills or ability
Yes.
scores?
So
Skills.
cool.
You get one. You can get some from your race.
Yep.
You definitely get some from your
I
background,
need to try that. That sounds
and then
amazing.
your
I have
class.
some.
Class.
At home.
And
Next
then you
time
get
I'm back
any
at my
extra
mom's, I'll make
freeze?
some for
Nope.
you.
Well, shit, I've got fucking nothing.
There's also
though.
a nice place that has a
You
lot
should
of
have
really good
gotten
teas
like
called
2
Teal
from your background,
Yeah.
and then you should
My
get
next that used to work there.
2
Yeah. I mean,
plus intelligence
Tea
mod
lager-
from
tea
being a
lager is fun.
sorcerer, and then you should
They've
get
got
2
some good, like,
more,
food
maybe
stuff as
1
well.
more
Oh,
from your
shit, where was
bloodline.
that listed?
Do you like those granola
Bloodline.
yogurt bowls?
yeah.
Did you take the
I had
ones from your
Kataya,
bloodline?
like dragon fruit.
I had a
One of the things I got from my bloodline
matcha,
I already
like,
had
fruit
trained.
tea
Okay.
thing there a while ago.
Did
that
you
had,
put
like,
another skill
pineapple
in?
jellies in the
Yes.
bottom of it.
Like a
Sick.
But there was no like plus
Yeah.
intelligence
Yeah.
mod that I saw
But
anywhere.
they wasn't boba, they were like little jelly cubes.
Go to the
It was
very
like
first
Jell-O,
page
just
of
at the bottom.
sorcerer.
What are you doing?
Fucking, I have to find it again.
He's letting his pits air out. Why else would you be doing that?
Jesus Christ.
Why are you gross?
It's Matilda.
Okay, that page right there, left side.
Right side.
Oh,
What's wrong?
yeah, my left. Sorry.
2 plus intelligence.
Why?
I mean, that's what I do. If I
How
need
did
to...
you have a girlfriend?
Huh? What did you just ask me?
How did you have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
So,
It honestly bewilders me still.
something
Yeah, that's
labeled as a bloodline skill.
Those aren't chopsticks. Those are pencils.
Arch, you astute, you fucking donkey.
If there's no
We
skill ranks,
I was practicing my impression of mystery.
It's a class
We
feature.
saw.
Like if you're asking how do you
Oh, I
improve
have
your
to go to work
skills.
tonight.
Unfortunate.
like if I've
I-
got 2 plus intelligence, then what does Arcana and Intimidation being bloodline
Yeah, night
skills
shift's
mean for
pretty
me?
easy.
That would mean you would get 2 more plus
Here,
your
use
intelligence mod skills trained.
Would you like
Plus
to hear my
Arcana and
equine
Intimidation?
impression?
Yeah, from your bloodline?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Nah.
It says it right there. It says, no, go back.
I don't know if you've
Right
heard,
there,
if you've
it
heard
says
Matt's
you get a
equine
number of
impression.
skills from your bloodline
It's
plus
pretty
2
fantastic,
plus
though.
your
It's just like
intelligence
a
modifier
Matt
skills
showing.
trained.
Okay, so we've got Arcana.
Hold on, hold on. Before you do it, I should
or
preface.
survival.
I have never heard such a deft imitation in my life. This is probably the greatest moment. Please go ahead.
Nay.
Music to my fucking ears.
What? It's my equine impression.
That's Matt's equine impression.
Well, we know you're not winning over any fucking Pegasisters.
1.
That hurt me.
What the buck is up, everything?
I have a hot drink and I'm
Alright.
gonna throw it at you.
Matt, you want to go?
Holy
You want to get out of here?
shit.
2.
You've activated every
What
single
the
one of my
fuck
bones,
is
and
up,
they're
every
all in
pony?
attack mode.
You've activated.
That's
my
a real life
bones.
frenzy spell.
I know.
That is. That and Bazinga are both like mass aggro.
Massacre.
Bazinga
No,
fan.
Bapzuga.
Bob Zuga.
Yeah, I'm gonna glomp you.
No, no. Nyazathan is not welcome here.
Let's go!
Nyazathan is not welcome here. I will shit.
I'm so glad that that's been recorded.
Yeah, it has.
I am
You
mad.
fucking idiot.
I don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I am entropy itself, yeah.
I don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons anymore.
Gives you leprosy.
Notice-
You leprosy.
Oh, notices
Yeah.
your leprosy.
Uwu notices your missing limbs.
Uwu notices your nose on the table.
What the fuck?
I hate all of you. It's like a clown nose, but it's your actual nose.
Brothers, you finally accepted Nurgle!
You just become Voldemort.
Hey, ladies, did you know that,
More like Red Skull.
Hey,
Right
lady.
Lord, Dark Lord. It's all the same, really.
Bright Lord, Dark Lord, oh, say, really?
I like to pop
You
their
do that
heads
a little too well.
I like to pop their heads off nice and...
What's another useful warfare, or what's another useful lore, do you think?
He was great.
That is a
The
good
O-logs
question.
in that game are
I'm really
top
bad at
tier.
writing skills.
I love them all. That and the one orc that's just...
The one that has.
I have a video on my PS4 that I saved from that. That was that, and
Have you found the orc bard? Have you seen the orc
Is this what
bard?
we've devolved to? We're just
whatever
fucking
he
making
said
noise
had
now?
so much weight. And yes, I have, and they're amazing.
Is this
I'll
is this the
be
point
ready
we've
and
devolved
you'll
to?
be
We're just making
daddy.
fucking noises.
So it seems.
Alright, I got my skills done. I need equipment. I don't get a first level feat, so I don't need that.
Fucking
Everybody starts with 15 gold.
the turd.
Correct.
Bloodlines versus.
You're about to get 15 gold.
Actually,
That would way more energy than I.
Ty.
Oh no, she's gonna spoon you.
What the fuck was that supposed to be?
Fakino Saji.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck
Matt,
are
help.
you doing?
Have you never heard of the Gino-san?
What's happening behind me? Help.
No, I have not, and I would not like to, I don't think.
I don't know what this is either, and I don't like
The
it.
incredibly
never-
inefficient killer using what was it?
The incredibly inefficient killer using a horribly inefficient weapon.
That's it.
Can you turn the thermostat down?
The demon spirit that beats you to death with a spoon.
Oh!
Hey Matt, where are you? Are you in Bartow or in the neighborhood?
I'm in the neighborhood.
Fuck.
You're gonna ask me to take him home?
Yes. Not
Okay.
right now, just like when this is over.
No, right now he can go.
Alright, come on, Declan.
If you two-hand a bastard
You don't need
sword
to- you
for
don't
a
need to do that.
D12, and a great sword is a two-handed weapon that does a D12, why the fuck would you use a great sword?
What are the great sword's other qualities?
Versatile?
The great sword?
Versatile P. I'm assuming that's piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you
That's
can
it.
stab with it.
You two-hand a bastard sword for a D12, or you can two-hand a great sword also for a D12, but you can't ever one-hand it.
I'm
Why
sure.
would you do that?
Why would you?
I'm sure there's more to it.
Can you stab with a bastard sword?
No.
That's what versatile P means. I think a
Don't
great
know.
sword can do piercing damage because it enables you to stab with
cherry.
it.
Correct. Can a bastard sword
Do you
do
want
that?
cherry?
No.
Yes. Oh, okay.
But if that's the only difference, fuck a great sword. That's ass.
Check great axe. What does great axe
You
do?
sure?
I'm
Great
curious.
axe
soda.
does a
It's a
D12
diet
and has
soda.
sweep.
Alright, bro.
Why use anything other than a bastard sword?
No,
Why you wanna
sweep
do
is
this
great.
QT?
I don't know what sweep is actually.
Anything that has the
You want me to do this, right?
Go.
Fuck, tell me what the Elven Curved Blades properties are. One of those is really good.
That's an uncommon advanced weapon.
Yep.
Tinge.
You're a cursed man.
No, it is not. Uncommon martial weapons.
Not a man anymore.
Elf, finesse, force.
Daniel.
Forceful.
That ended a
Every
while ago.
attack you make
You're a very
gives
large
you a
gun.
bonus to hit
I am
equal to the number of damage dice
Race
the
hermit.
weapon rolls.
Oh.
So if you put striking runes on that, that means that every swing gets a +2 to hit after your first.
Oh my god.
So you go from a -5 to a -3, and then from a -10 to a -8. It makes multiple attacks really good.
Yeah, I'm thinking bastard sword is the way to go. Battle axe hilariously also has sweep, but only does a D8. There's the bow staff, falchion, flail, glaive, great axe, great club,
You know,
great pick, great sword, gisarm,
when they,
gisarme,
you know gladiators.
Guesstimate? I don't know.
Yeah.
Gwiz army,
Often hire servants
halberd,
or
hatchet,
would do well,
and lance. Oh shit! Also light hammer, light pick, longsword, which also has versatile piercing. Mango, mango. Ransour, rapier. Deadly D8. Deadly is it rolls extra damage dice when it crits, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna pour this on your
Right.
fucking
Scimitar.
I think so.
Thanks for telling me yes before you knew the answer, Haley. I appreciate the confidence.
It's not a lack of confidence, it's just that...
No, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate the confidence that you were right, even though you didn't know you were. Spouting nonsense with authority is my own...
It's all you need to be a dungeon master.
It really is.
Holy shit, a scythe does a D10? Fucking nothing does a D10.
Surprisingly enough, most gladiators.
It's actually really cool.
That's way better than what it did in... Or no, that's not better than what it did in Pathfinder 1.
It did 2d4.
Isn't an average roll on 2d4 higher than 1d10?
1d10 average roll is 5.5.
And an average roll on a...
2d4 would be
2.5.
2.4. So it would be 5. So the average roll on a d10 is 0.5 higher on average.
And since critting is pretty much entirely easier in this, it being a deadly d10 with trip is actually pretty good. Considering with a scythe in Pathfinder 1, you had to roll a 20 to crit with it.
It's just a lot of money to have.
Unless you had a keen scythe, and then it was a 19 or a 20.
And to buy them.
And to buy them.
They were slaves.
Yeah, Bastard Sword is the thing.
Also to like have animals and shit put into the matches too. Like.
What is Bastard Sword under? Just martial?
Yep.
It's not uncommon or anything?
Nope.
Huh.
Bastard Swords are really good.
So it should seem.
3,
Brilliant. That means when I make crow, it'll be a-okay.
6.
You know the thing you're doing like to air out your pits, right?
I wasn't airing out my pits, but sure.
Time is it? It is 7:29.
I don't have any weapon specializations. I don't think anything would go under other, and I don't have any traits.
So, see, you do that with your armpits, right? But you know what I'd like to do? Air out my gooch is like the same thing.
Air out my gooch. I am sad.
Wait, what's wrong?
I just heard the disappointment in Haley's voice. She just goes, air out my gooch.
Fuck out of my seat.
Airing out your gooch is also known as man-spreading, Matt, and that's really toxic. You shouldn't do that.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry for sitting anatomically correct.
It actually has
Fuck up,
nothing
Tyler.
to do with anatomy. It was just some bullshit made up by a BuzzFeed writer who didn't have anything else to fucking do.
You know, because they work for BuzzFeed.
Aren't
You're not supposed to have your nuts clamped together. It's bad for them.
I'll fucking
In that
sag my
instance,
nuts
so
on
is
the ground.
standing.
You're not standing like this all the time. You stand with your legs slightly apart.
armor? Where's armor? Is it
Military.
before weapons?
Band.
You don't always stand that way, though.
You do when you're in the military.
And then
band.
John Freeman.
You don't just-
That's not good for your balls, though. That's what
You
I'm
don't
saying.
fucking walk
Yeah.
around in your daily life like that. You do that when you're in formation.
Yeah. Which
When
is
you're-
always.
You're not always in formation.
Always.
What the fuck? I don't fucking see soul like.
You didn't do JROTC. You weren't in band. You don't know what it's like.
Was there ever a three-mation?
Because it's formation, three-mation.
What is
What about
the
five
strength
mation?
bonus listed? Oh, is that
Shit.
the requirement to
Yeah,
use
clean
the
it up.
armor?
It's just a
Yes.
flash
Okay.
mob.
Five-mation.
I see no reason
Pardon
to
me,
not
like,
go
like-
for studded leather.
Pardon me,
unless-
I'm airing out
Do
my
you know what
gooch.
the flexible armor trait means?
Nope, but it should be in there.
It probably
The
is,
flexible
actually.
armor trait?
Yes.
That means you can apply all of your decks.
I don't. I mean,
Like, it doesn't have a dex limit. Because it's easy to move in. It usually also comes with the noisy property, meaning it's harder to sneak in. See the change shirt.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
hey, so I just want to say, real quick aside, because I've been playing Breath of the Wild while you guys have been doing a lot of this prepping stuff. I really, 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 really hate anything that makes you tilt your screen like.
Yeah, it's the worst. Those fucking shrines are terrible. Those are
You
actually
should just
the
look up
worst.
the videos on how to skip those by blowing yourself up.
It was never good. It was never good with the fucking 6-axis controls. It was never good with the fucking Wiimote. Like, ooh, let me just be playing Mario Galaxy, tilt the fucking manor. I hated that shit. I hated that shit, and I 100% of that game. Fucking hated
You want to know my favorite thing about what you're doing right now?
And this isn't good.
There is a huge following for gyro aiming.
Yeah. So
The
what's
Switch.
so what's you guys' ACs?
I don't know.
Those
Me,
people fucking
I'm
are
at
weird.
17.
Oh, right, I still need to pick up
What's
the
yours,
actual
Ty?
stats. for my
15.
shit.
Have fun getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Did you
you
add
guys are
your
level 1,
proficiency
so-
bonus?
Your proficiency bonus is 2 plus your character level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you get from your chain shirt?
I didn't take a chain shirt. I took studded leather because they have the same AC bonus.
So that's 1 plus 4, and your dex is.
0.
I'm
Oh, that's
going
fine.
adventurer gear since I don't
Wouldn't
have
it be lower then?
No, it's studded leather's 2.
Oh,
So it's 3 from proficiency, 2 from studded leather, and nothing from anything else.
you'll be fine.
There will be no cubics.
I mean,
tomorrow.
And
Remember the
also
part
you
where
guys
she
are-
was supposed to be the fucking tower knight?
Also,
You'll be
you
fine.
guys are first level.
At second, well, you can start. Okay, keep in mind this requires you to take the most ridiculous choices, but you can start with like 24 health. But that would require you
Fuck,
to be.
my health is also 15.
That's some crazy
My health is
power
15
gaming
as
right
well.
there.
Not really. It just requires you be either a dwarf or a goblin, and then take barbarian.
Big
If it makes
health.
you feel better, my AC is like 13.
I feel like I might move one of my boosts to dexterity.
Does anyone have AC? Isn't one?
Keep in mind, the targets we're fighting have similar ACs to us. Like, first level enemies and enemies that would be appropriate for us to fight probably have between 13 and 17 AC, with 17 being like the leader of a group of dudes.
That's me.
What are hero points?
Hero points are a thing that you get at the start of every session and can be awarded and held onto. They're basically rerolls.
So it's inspiration, kind of.
Kind of, but not exactly. More
Is that fucking
consistently
nuts on
useful
desk?
than inspiration, but I have not read the full thing on them, so
I don't know if we're using them yet.
I don't.
they are a core part of the system.
Woody Harrelson.
Are they? Alright, well then I guess we'll use them.
Woody Barrelson.
I can't think of any of these stats
Adult
that I
deer
want
are
to
as tall as a bicycle. They weigh as
Then
much
don't.
as
You'll be
800
fine.
hamburgers.
It's one level, and then you have, what, better armor proficiencies?
I honestly
Do
think
I
I might
get a
change
feat a
around
second
some of
level?
my stats.
No, that's right. You would take your dedication feat for fighters, which
Sitting
would...
I am. Cannot
Well,
stand
yes,
you.
you do. You would be
Cannot stand
in
you,
heavy
I-
armor at second level, because you would...
I'm not in medium armor yet.
Oh. I don't really need
You'd be in medium
strength
armor
or
then.
dex. I can move
So
those.
at second level, you would have better armor.
Join
and
I
then
can't be
join
in
me in the next
medium
club.
armor and be martial proficient first
Ow.
level.
Need it. I'm a
at
healer.
second level,
Right,
me
that's
in
what
the
I'm saying. I have no way to make
No.
the
you have
medium
no
armor
way to
happen.
make
Fine,
that merger
launch
happen.
anyway.
Yes.
It's just twerp in a chair. Drinking her sorrows away.
At third level, you will probably have been playing the game long enough to make the choice between whether or not you need the armor proficiency now, or you need to take something like toughness if your AC or if your health isn't cutting
Oh,
it.
my AC definitely needs a pump. It will not be toughness that I will be taking. 15 is not good.
Acetus.
Well, I mean, 15 is not bad, but it's not high.
Your own personal Beavis.
Thank fucking Christ, I finally finished it.
You got blood on my suit.
If you guys have any questions about the setting or anything, like, I am still paying attention and present in these conversations. I just want to make that clear.
Have you ever seen those pictures
That's
of the birds,
copyrighted.
of the birds with arms?
And now I have
Yeah.
to worry about an incoming email.
I forgot this is being recorded.
It's alright.
Remember that time that...
I have been sent like 5 cease and desists.
Really?
Yes. I have had every video I have where we play combat music, like, basically flagged. And I had to either go and remove the audio, which I did not do, or, like, essentially relinquish my rights to it, which I did that.
That's shitty.
I think it will cause problems on purpose.
And so we don't own those videos anymore?
Kind of.
Oops.
I'm not allowed to monetize them, and I cannot claim all of the content in them as my own, which is trash. But it'd be like,
YouTube.
Shouldn't that be covered under fair use, though?
You'd think.
You would think.
You would think.
You would think.
You would
Especially
think.
considering I had no intention of monetizing them in the first place.
You would think.
It's almost like modern YouTube's a fucking joke.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, it's been
true.
a joke for the past 13 years.
No, it hasn't.
Oh no, they're here.
YouTube.
The YouTube assassins.
Oh damn it! Armor check penalty is a thing. I
YouTube
forgot.
won their battle against the
At
YouTubers
least it's
Union
more
in
minor than it
Natal.
used to
They
be.
are now officially licensed to send assassins against people who fucking denounce them.
Well, there goes like all the YouTubers in the fucking platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all YouTubers hate YouTube.
What is athletics used for?
Athletics would be any feat of like athletics. It's also what you would roll for disarm, trip, and like one or two shove. That's another one, and grappling.
Athletic, like feats of athleticism are like.
I'm really glad that
lifting
answer got more helpful the longer it went on because it started with athletics would be used for like athletics.
It would be no. It would be like running for an extended period of time or trying to jump a really far distance.
Swim.
Anything that someone who had lots of muscular, like someone who's strong, the things they do.
the strong man.
Yeah, like
Yes.
Strongmen.
Like
But
a
if you're
bicep
asking combat mechanically, it's basically long jumps, disarming, grappling, shoving, and tripping.
Yeah, the big guys that you see doing like that's athletics.
What the fuck was that?
Oh,
That
you know,
looks
You've
like
never
a-
seen the strongman competitions?
yeah,
looks
shoot
like-
themselves.
I've seen strongman competitions. I've also seen you go,
like the
and
guy.
they're not the same thing.
Well, no, there's the guy that's lifting that big ass rock.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Church
They all just
girl.
look like they're trying to shit themselves.
They're actively trying to.
Imagine having
They're
to try to shit
They are
yourself.
constipated and trying to get all of it out at once in the
Boy at
same
church.
instant.
Boy at church lifting 8 chairs.
That's the secret to
Church
time
girl.
travel. You shit all your bowels at once.
What are you gonna do?
Projectile bowel ejection.
What are you gonna do when they come for you?
What are you
Bad
gonna do?
boys, bad
What are you
boys.
gonna do? Piss your pants?
Copyrighted.
What you gonna do? You gonna cry? You
You piss your
gonna
pants?
piss?
You gonna
shit
cry?
and cum,
You gonna
baby?
cry now?
Double may cry, double may piss,
Double
double may
may
shit and cum,
cum.
baby. Just a fucking doge with Dante hair.
60 million cum loads.
Shit.
Hey,
Road
I
safety
had.
tips. Remember to pee before, during, and after sexual intercourse.
Wait, no, fucker.
You peed on the towel.
Wait,
didn't
no.
Wait, no.
You? You peed on the towel, didn't you? I did not piss. I am not a little pee boy. I
Are you-
did not.
Are you sure you're not R. Kelly?
Topical fucking joke, Matthew.
I mean, you could. R. Kelly's been known for pissing on little
Okay, so
girls and little girls
explain-
for a long time.
Explain the bulk system to me so that I know what I'm doing here.
Big boy.
Just write down the bulk of the items you have.
Weight matters. You are now versed in how the bulk system works.
Tattoo, I will fucking throttle you with that fucking medallion.
I will throttle you so you have slow internet connection. You yourself, you the person.
I
You're
will
slow.
install a throttle in you so that
Too
you
late,
can
Matthew, I
shift
was
gears.
born slow. I'm an autist.
I will install a
Well,
throttle
I'll make
in
you
you.
dial up.
Oh no.
Every time you open your mouth.
I will never be able to use a phone in sync again.
So studded leather has a bulk of 1. The bastard sword, I'm assuming, also has a bulk of 1.
God, that's an awful sound.
I actually really like that sound.
It's
Me
dial-up
too.
noise?
Yes,
I
Yeah.
do too.
they both have a bulk of 1.
Well, I mean,
Has character.
that's the thing. It has like a nostalgia to it now because, like, oh, we don't have to listen to that shit anymore whenever we're trying to do.
I just
anything.
like machine noises.
I never liked it.
Is there anything else I need to buy? Armor?
I'll
weapon?
use it for shit, but I won't be like, yeah.
Any
this is myself.
adventuring equipment?
Oh yeah, there's adventuring equipment.
Music
yeah.
to
Probably
mine
need that.
ear holes.
So
That's
I've
holes
spent
to my music
four.
ears.
Now you're
I've
thinking
spent 7
holes.
of my 8 starting gold.
Music
Or not 7 of my 15 starting gold.
receptors.
I'll rip out your optics.
God, there was something I wanted to say, but I cannot think of it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys informed me that was what that was from.
I can't believe Wallace and Gromit were the first sluts on the moon.
I'm sorry?
You heard us.
You said something?
Ty looks ready to fight.
No, I never looked more ready to fight than the day Amy and I were arguing at work. It was probably about the Diesel film, just knowing her and I. And I fucking turned to her when she said something so outrageously ludicrous that I physically couldn't believe my ears and wanted her to repeat it and went,
What was it?
serious?
What was it?
And they were like, I have never seen Ty's eyebrows disappear like that before. I was so fucking outraged.
They shot a beacon into the skies off of this man's forehead.
Condor calls for aid.
My best friends are in this room.
Anyway, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna air out my gooch.
Can I close the door and lock him in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, actually you can't.
Yeah. If you shove him out the other door, you can lock that one.
Yep.
Shit. Fuck.
I'm disappointed you didn't do the run, Matt.
What just happened?
Wait, what is it? The fucking.
Absolute madman.
I like the sideways twist her body gets to.
Matt.
You turned it on.
Holy shit! I'm
the
on.
machine.
I hit it with my ass.
The
and
fucking-
it's done.
The fucking picture of the goblin putting on the thinking helmet. I am activated. That's what Matt just did to that fucking water cooler. I am activated.
I'm pretty sure you've seen this, but
The power of alchemy.
That was your profile picture for a couple of years.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, at least 2 years.
I wish I could do that.
What?
There'd be a
Keep a
fox.
profile picture for 2 years.
No, there'd be a fox out there who had my ears.
Fucking right.
There'd be a bear out there with my hands.
I don't like that. I
See,
don't.
here's the thing: you wouldn't have ears here.
Yeah, I don't even like there being anything
Yeah, I have
other.
ears here, and I'm okay with that.
I don't like.
Also, it's worth noting that on most animal girls, the ears would start right around where your ear holes are, and then go up.
I'm super not interested in the anatomy of animal girls.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I also don't like that there would be a non-zero chance that I could encounter a fox in the world that has human ears.
I'd be
Oh,
super down
wait,
for
is the
that.
picture you just showed the one of the cat with the human ears, and
Yes.
it's like fucking equivalent exchange? Yep.
I don't like there being a non-zero chance that I see that.
What do you mean, fox girl?
I'm not interested in the anatomy of a fox girl, I promise.
I honestly want to see what resulted in this in that world.
I'm scared of that.
Well,
Oh, hey, I know that artist.
I don't want to see
Hold on.
the other side.
Iguana
of
mouth?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Iguana Mouth. Fucking love Iguana Mouth.
Iguana
She's
mouth's
great.
great. The fucking salad, the salad thing, and then the sweaty machete. It's just a very moist machete.
Sword, but it just keeps going forever.
Crystalline porcupine. The shark
Very
with bare
good.
arms.
Iguana Mouth is just fucking great.
Strange Dragon Hordes is my favorite.
Yes!
series of
I
hordes.
super love those.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
damn
fucking
it.
the big purple dragon with the horde of stars.
Yes.
Love that.
Amy, in your opinion,
There was like a
which
That's
do you
whole
think we
gonna
should
be
support of
take,
80s
Featherfall or
technology
Shocking
that was
Grass?
really good or something like that.
My boy. My boy child.
I don't know, man.
My boy child.
Depends on how often you
My
think you're gonna
boy
use
child.
Shocking Grasp. Strictly speaking, if you're in the melee, right, and you don't feel like casting True Strike,
I love that image.
you could Shocking Grasp and still
That's the whole
strike.
game.
And once
Scared.
you get Bespell Weapon, it would still trigger Bespell Weapon.
Yeah,
I
Shocking
never
Grasp,
hired
actually.
any
Not
of
to-
you.
Not to mention, if I don't take Shocking
I don't know
Grasp,
if
then
you've
none
seen
of my
it,
first
so-
level spells
I don't think I
make
have.
use of my
Hmm? The Invaders
sorcerer
movie.
feat at all.
Yeah, we saw it together.
Them. I love that scared image. here.
Son,
Well,
there's no such thing as curses. Ah!
What?
You ever see that episode? Where like, son, there's no such thing as curses. Then he like flies up backwards and laughs maniacally. Then he's like, so what do you need, son?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Invader Zim.
I
It's
didn't
from
watch
the
Invader
show.
Zim
Fucking
ever.
Dr. Membrane.
So there's something that I've seen from the movie where it's like, Did was talking to his dad, like, Dad, I've done so much to try and defend this world, and I've tried to get your help all the time. I just wish that you would have my back sometimes, son. Wishing isn't very scientific.
Yeah.
Wishing isn't very scientific, son.
Dad Membrane.
This is one of my favorite cursed images.
I really don't like the Mantar. I really don't like the Tartar.
Is that just like a normal horse body with like another like force in the front? Ow! Like, see, you got the normal horse.
It's like two horses, but neither have a
No,
head
no,
and
no,
they're
no, no, no,
connected
no,
at
no,
the
no.
neck.
Hear me out,
No.
right? Shut.
Hear me out. Shut.
So a horse. So a horse body, right?
I've never heard shut used non-ironically.
Shut.
Listen to me. No, shut. Listen.
So a horse body, right? And where the horse's neck starts, it's just a dude's head. And then right above the horse's front shoulders, two human arms.
I desire death.
Hey guys.
I got red
You know
over
what would
my
be the best weapon for a
Alexis.
fucking centaur?
A spear.
No, a human on their back.
Oh.
Oh no.
Jesus.
So
they're horse legs, horse head, human torso in the middle?
No, like there's
No.
an actual human riding
They're
them on the back.
Like there's a normal ass centaur, but
Hold
there's
on,
a
I
person
still want to
riding
talk
said
about my
centaur.
creation.
no one else does.
So it's a double. So it's a double-decker centaur. Is that what
Sorry?
you're saying?
No. So it would be horse legs, so where the arms are and the legs are.
Instead of the human torso
But-
starting at the horse neck, it's on the horse's back.
Right, and then there's still a horse head.
Ah, wait.
So wait, human
Matt goes,
torso,
"Ah, wait."
horse legs
Right.
for arms,
Human
horse head.
torso, human dick, horse legs.
Why did you point that out?
Horse legs.
That's the least favorite.
Okay, fine. It's a horse dick.
No,
So-
that's still bad.
So there's a horse dick with a human ass
No.
from the neck.
From the neck.
From the neck
That's
up.
That's
no.
where the ass is.
No. From the neck up is still a horse neck and
What
head.
kind of nipples does it have, Amy?
It's still-
Which testicles
It has
does
male
it have?
nipples.
Does it
so
have
you- so
both?
don't
It's
be
got the
blurred.
leathery
Correct.
horse
It has
ball.
It's
male
got both
presenting nipples.
testicles.
It's
So
male-
you know what you're describing?
It's got quads.
You're describing the world's worst persona.
I've never felt the fight or flight response to try and peg a glass in somebody's head before.
That's fine.
Anyway, the best weapon you could give a centaur is another human on their back riding them.
But that's not a weapon.
I mean,
Okay,
but
so-
the reason it's a good weapon is because they can hold weapons themselves, while the centaur is holding more weapons.
So interesting thing on something like that. While listening to my brother and me, there was someone sent them a question of who would win in a war between people on horses and centaurs. And there are strong points for both. There are. On one hand, if there is a human on horseback and you fill the horse with arrows, there is still a human to deal with. If you do that to a centaur, you will probably cripple the centaur. But if you take the human off of the horse will probably just leave.
Yeah.
There is no soldier after the human is dead. The horse does not have a vengeance protocol if his rider dies.
Vengeance Protocol is definitely the next Terminator movie.
So like, Vengeance Protocol is gonna end up being the name of the next arc of the Sunday game.
Yeah.
Vengeance Protocol.
Jesus Christ.
So
The
yeah,
enemy is Seb. We just fight Seb.
The horse does not like boot
Stomp
in-
you to death with
Yeah,
hooves.
like boot into Terminator mode because its rider is dead.
It doesn't Skyrim.
Yeah, unless it like knows something.
Knows something?
What did it know, Declan?
I mean, horses can be close to people.
They can. They can. That's what I'm saying. Like a human and a horse can. I don't want to. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
They can bond.
They can be friends.
There you go. A human and a horse can be good enough friends. to where if the human died, the horse would be like, well, shit, I have a thing to beat up now. Probably not
I
for
feel
a
like
very
you
large
still
scale
need to agitate
military.
the horse somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Like if a centaur were to charge a soldier on a horse with a spear and take the soldier off of the horse would probably just keep going.
Yeah, that's usually what happened.
Yeah. So there are strong points for both sides. One side has the survivability of if you kill the horse, there is still a person, assuming the person survived being thrown off of or falling off the horse. And on one side, centaurs are much larger and stronger than your average human. And will probably take a little more to take down than just a couple of arrows.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Unless, of course, you shoot them in the head, which will, take just about anything.
You know what's
So-
a pretty bad weapon for...
Does the
Sometimes
shield only go
a
on
bow and
10-minute cooldown
What?
if it breaks?
Bows and arrows are pretty bad weapons. for
Yeah, they've only got
The
human
duration is still
See, here's,
only
like,
one
that's the thing,
round,
like,
but I
human
believe
riders, they,
the
like, stand
10-minute
up on the
cooldown
strips
is
to, like,
only if you break
adjust
the
and not
shield.
have
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
worry
because
about
it says
the
after
bounce
you
easier. They're
use
attached
shield
to the
block,
bouncing
spell
motion,
ends,
so, like,
and you can't
they
cast
can't
it again
really-
for 10 minutes.
They can't really stop.
But it only
So, no.
specifies that for
Horse
the
archery
shield
is like
block.
a
It
skill,
would only
though,
be
and
if you
like,
used shield block.
It is a
then.
skill.
So
I
if
feel
you
like
brought
they'd
up the
still, like,
shield and
work
boosted your
that out
AC,
somehow.
but
I feel
didn't
it would
block
be more
with it?
impressive
Okay.
if the centaur got
Well,
killed
yes,
using
it would be
So
more
the
impressive, but
blocking
it's harder
with
for
the
them
shield
to use a bow and arrow.
is
You know
what
what's a great
determines the
weapon
10-minute
for a
cooldown, but
centaur?
you can still
A
get the
gun.
AC bonus from the shield
You know what's the good for a
without
human?
having to
A
use
gun.
a 10-minute cooldown. Okay.
So raising the shield gives you the AC, and then using the reaction to block
The
is what
Venge
gives you the
protocol.
chance to prevent damage.
Okay.
Vengeance protocol.
Vengeance protocol. The horse
Stunned
does not
blinded.
have one.
That's almost
Okay.
as good as rectal exodus.
Ah,
Vengeance Protocol is super good.
Vengeance
Creation
Protocol
idea.
is potent.
hear me out. Are we all familiar with the entity known as Sleipnir?
Yes, the
Yeah.
horse
Yeah.
that is Loki's child.
Is that
Yeah,
the one with
Odin's
He fucked the horse.
eight-legged horse
Yep.
that is Loki's
Oh,
child.
yeah, it's the eight-legged horse.
So, Centaur, Sleipnir, human torso on either end.
Don't like that
Doesn't
one.
have to turn around, it could just reverse.
What was the
Don't
serpent's
like
Oh
name?
my
Whoa,
god,
whoa,
stop!
But
It moves like a fucking
So-
tank. What are you saying?
Yes.
so does like it have legs facing in both directions?
Correct. At any point in time, 4 legs are being used.
I never
one
want to
direction
see a
or the
horse. I never want to see a horse do this.
other.
To turn.
Never want to
I
see
never
a
want
dude.
to see a horse just go and keep going. Like
That's
moving the
awful.
treads in opposite directions.
No, but you see, they
Fucking
can do
horse
it
with tank
instantaneously,
controls.
because if you kick one leg forward and the other leg backward, you turn. They just do that, except with 2 legs on either side.
Hold on, son.
Hold on, son. I'm not quite finished yet. Eat your peas.
I don't care. A spoon.
I don't care how you do a spoon.
Furthermore,
Fork.
there is a problem
Your fingers.
inherent
It
with the
doesn't matter to
existence
me,
of centaurs.
As long as they're in
What?
your mouth.
Centaurs are upper part human, lower part horse, right?
Yes.
Their babies would be born the same way, right? A foal, which is a horse child,
Yes.
when born can stand immediately
The top
and
human
begin running
baby-
very quickly.
The top human baby half would flail around like a goddamn sock full of butter. Yes, we know.
Yes, because a human baby can't hold its own fucking head weight up when
There
it's
is-
first
there
born.
is-
What socks full of butter have you encountered that were active?
I am activated.
Well, no, like you hold it in your hand, just jiggle it around. That's yeah.
Hold him gently. So,
Do not hold
Like
him
if
at
you,
all.
if you attach a butter-filled sock
Don't attach
to
butterful
a horse,
socks to anything.
I've
and
seen
then make the horse run, it would move like that.
Alright,
I've-
cool.
Stop.
I've seen some
So,
settings that are like,
I've
you
got
know,
a little-
centaurs
I've
are
got a
born
little
like
deck,
toddler
right,
age,
for
and
my
it's like,
class.
yeah,
Stop.
okay, whatever.
I got my
I mean, it's a
focus
horse.
spell here. That's all nice. Got my fucking class feature on a different piece.
Oh,
and
you're
then,
I'm on pretty paper.
I've got True Strike right here.
Red.
You hit it good.
You
there
hit
go.
it good.
Thanks.
Wait, is
You
that
hit
actually what
it
it says?
good.
You know how this works.
You know how this works.
You know how this works.
Here's another question: Do centaurs have 2 hearts?
No.
Yes.
No.
I
No.
hold on. I feel like they would have to, right? They would have because you would need the additional circulatory power for
Yep.
like the human. Like it would all be one circulatory system, but you would have a weaker human heart and a stronger horse heart. And in which case, I feel like if you got shot in your human heart chest, you would still live. Like you would suck a lot.
Yeah.
But
you
I
would
feel
lose the majority of your functioning capacity, but you would survive the encounter.
if you lost your human heart, or your horse heart, depending on how quickly you got treated, I think you'd also still survive. If you went a prolonged period without treatment, though,
You'd probably die.
your heart would either go into cardiac arrest from overwork, or your lower parts, or just like the parts of you furthest away from the heart, would begin to necrose from lack of
I don't know
blood
if any
flow.
of you guys saw this, but it's a pretty important note that I feel like we're either going to need to leave up to the discretion of our DM or use the way it is worded. Detect magic only detects the presence or absence of magic unless you heighten the level of the spell.
That's
There's
fine.
an alternate form of it called Read
hold
Aura
on.
that
Is detect magic a cantrip?
Yes.
So that would be, it's heightened by just passively. Cantrips are automatically heightened as you level.
Yes.
So your detect magic improves as you level.
Okay, and then at the 3rd level it tells you what school
C2's
of
pretty fucking
magic,
neat.
and at the 4th level
Oh yeah.
you can pinpoint the source of the highest level of that magic.
Your cantrips, if I remember correctly, are always the level of the highest level spell you can cast.
Okay.
So by the time you can cast 2nd level spells, all of your cantrips are heightened to 2. By the time you can cast 3rd level spells,
I get a little bit fungus.
they're heightened to 3, etc.
Illusion magic
Okay.
also,
I want to see what's on it.
you only detect illusion magic if the effect has a lower level than the level of your detect
I
magic
see.
spell. So if it's a higher
Is it
level
gratuitous
illusion
amounts of
spell, then it
pornography?
would still
Well,
beat detect
okay.
magic.
I went through a depressing
Some actual
amount
homework,
of this
which is surprising.
stationery
Terrifying.
for a terrible purpose, but I'm not sending any letters, so who gives a shit?
Send me a letter,
Why? It'd be funny.
please.
Send like a random bullshit message and then like have it arrive in the post.
at 2 a.m. sharp.
Brings
No.
the girl, wipe away the dead.
To
Just
the
send me a
Wells
letter, because
Fargo.
I don't get a lot of
To
mail.
Wells Fargo.
I'll break out my calligraphy and just give you a message that says, "But."
Can
You're
you
very
write?
see what
fancy
you do.
but.
Can you write in big swirly words? Bigfoot's real. He tried to eat my ass.
Yes.
What I need you to do is
Okay.
the day that you mail it, I need you to write a very strongly worded letter with your calligraphy set, and the day you mail that out, just message the person you're sending it to, "Fuck you, strongly worded letter to follow."
Bro, you just reminded me of
Please
a
do.
porno
Actually.
that had Bigfoot in it. And he, first off,
Big.
Bigfoot was an alien.
Hold on.
We don't have time.
Secondly-
now.
No. We're unpacking it now. Why were you watching Bigfoot porn?
All of
Wait a minute.
that.
Wait a minute.
Because
wait a
it
minute.
was funny.
Wait a minute. You're gonna need to
It's
start
hilarious.
that statement over, Matt. Run it again.
Matt, you don't understand.
There
This
is
is
a
your- this is-
Bigfoot
This is your
porn.
trial.
There is a Bigfoot porno out there. Bigfoot's also an alien in it. He has a spaceship.
This was a take I wasn't ready for in this context.
I hate this.
There's a scene where one of the girls is laying in a fucking jacuzzi.
Matt, shut the
And
fuck up.
and
Matt,
then
Matt,
Bigfoot's
Matt,
silhouette
Matt,
with
Matt.
Big ass thong.
Matt.
What did you just throw at him?
It's a pencil.
Is
Oh
that
my
my
god,
pencil?
it was so funny. Oh,
I've got 3 decently serrated plastic blades here.
oh my god, it's so.
There is a video on the website.
I don't
commonly
like
referred-
the segue here.
There
Oh
is
my
a
God.
video on the website commonly referred to as Pornhub that is literally just a man in a badly put together Sonic cosplay sitting in a wheelchair scarfing down chili dogs while
Eat the
people
hell.
with cameras
Eat the
take
hell.
Do you know what my
pictures.
favorite videos on
Amazing.
Pornhub are?
The guy.
The
like,
guy
wholesome
who's
guy.
like cleaning off the casting couch, and I don't think your dick is too small. That guy.
He actually
I'm
got.
cheering you on. You'll
he got
find the
the-
video
He
tonight,
got
too.
the
Leather
Pornhub, like, yeah, he got a jersey.
It was fucking
jacket.
awesome. I want
It was a
that.
varsity
It's
jacket.
a really nice varsity jacket. I want it.
Well, then you need to start.
You
I
gotta,
hold the door
gotta
for you.
up your game, Matt.
Yeah,
I
dude.
hold the door
Heightening-
for you, and absolutely nothing
Heightening
happens.
a cantrip still uses a higher level spell slot, though, doesn't it?
No.
No.
Cantrips are heightened for free. They're still cantrips, and they never use spell slots. They just scale with your level.
Fucking
I don't
can.
think this electric
Okay.
arc ever stops heightening. It just says heightened +1.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could cast a 10th level heightened cantrip.
Pick up the
Yeah.
can.
Once you were able to cast 10th level spells, yes.
10d4.
Oh no!
Yeah, the most
Made it
basic
worse.
Oh, fuck.
Phone die.
Yeah.
Phone die.
I need.
That I'll tell you more about
I
that
need the
fucking
book
Bigfoot
now.
porn.
Oh, it's 1d4 plus my spellcasting
I
mode.
watched it.
Well,
I know you did.
shit.
I found my weapon of choice.
There was this one porno that I saw, and there was a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh poster.
Why
in
do
the
you
background.
watch fucking joke porn?
Well, no, it wasn't joke porn.
Someone's
Why were you
beating off
watching
to it.
Yu-Gi-Oh for real porn?
Well, no, like there was a Yu-Gi-Oh poster in the background, and there was a debate in the comment section about like the best, like the meta Yu-Gi-Oh decks at the time.
At the time, those change every 5 goddamn minutes.
I know. That's why I specified at the time.
At the time of what? The second
Posting.
in the video you were at?
It was pretty.
If it
funny.
says saving throw basic reflex, what does
Cough.
the basic
Cough.
entail?
I made you cough fast.
Don't know.
Freshly
squeezed.
juiced.
No idea.
Fucking nice.
Devices.
Fucking nice.
I don't know what basic reflex means. I'm writing it down, but I don't know what it
Who
means.
the fuck bending knees? Who the fuck walks up?
Fucking bending knees. Who walks up?
No, Ron.
You won't.
It's
some
really.
fuck-
Stop it.
I got you. Blue? No.
Wait, hold
You
on.
want yellow?
Is he saying no, Ron, because like of the actual video, or
Yeah.
like because of the fucking? Those are the first words of our recording.
No, wrong.
It opens up with no, Ron, and then him going, "You want some pho?"
Oh.
Those are the first words that get spoken in
I
our.
was just quoting the video.
Wait, in our campaign, those are the first words.
In the recordings of the Ava campaign, the very first words ever uttered are "No, Ron, you want
And-
some fuck."
No, it's no Ron, and then Amy goes, "You want some fuck?"
Oh, did I do it?
You did. No, Tattoo did the no Ron. You did. You want some fuck?
I got you yellow.
Yes, Barrett.
You
She
want
doesn't want yellow.
Let me
You
pull
want
up
blue
the
and
first
yellow.
Ava
No.
vid to
blue and
confirm.
yellow?
No.
Just instant blue and yellow. No.
He doesn't eat blue.
Bryden can't eat blue foods. First of all, don't name your kid Bryden.
Don't vape on the pizza!
Stop.
Shut.
Blue has fucking shocks in it.
Oh, here's something you'll love to know.
Sharks in it.
Here's something you'll love to know about whips. You threaten your entire range, not just the end of it.
Yeah, you don't need a feat to do it. You just
Yep.
do.
And you don't need a feat for weapon finesse either.
I like this fancy lad.
He's a boy.
He is still entirely incomplete because I am super lazy about painting my models. I've had so many chores to do.
That's okay.
When we smash.
Let me smash.
Yeah.
There it is.
That
What
is
the
the
most-
first 16 seconds of Dark Skies Over Ava, Episode 1.
That's
a
how you
Stay
know-
of Execution.
You know how that's gonna be a fucking good. What a ceremonious opening to a Dungeons & Dragons game.
Let me smash. This story is full of emotion and tension and no Ron.
It is filled with such an amount of emotional content that a friend of mine that I sent that got to like episode 8. Can you tell me which episode 8 is? Just the title.
I think you mentioned
Episode 8. That's
this. Didn't they like have to go
5.
listen to something else?
Episode 8. If it would fucking load. Dark Skies Over Ava, Episode 8, The Return of the Witch.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, I understand why they quit watching at that point.
Yeah.
That's an episode where someone's child gets butchered.
Yep. We go
Yeah.
through some dark times in the Ava game.
I'm gonna print out that fucking consent page, and whenever I DM in the future, I'm gonna like have that and like pass it around. All right,
that's fair.
I need to know. So,
Cause
My greatest failure.
I will do any. Actually, there's one thing I won't do. Please do not make me sit at this table and look you in the eyes and describe sexual acts. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah,
The
I
only
don't think that's good for anyone.
The
I've been
only
pushing it a
time-
little.
Addendum: do not describe sexual acts.
the Yeah, I mean, really, just in general, don't. That'd
Don't
be...
explicit.
The
It did-
farthest we have gone with that, Declan, by the way, in case you're not in the loop, is we made skill checks.
Additional addendum. Per Snake himself and the rocket launcher he so greatly covets, never sex.
See,
Santa's real. Prove me wrong.
just
Never sex.
but like we never
But-
really went into
but-
explicit detail.
Ty, the point of the consent form is not like what you are comfortable with your character doing. It's like what you are comfortable with being at the table
as a
at
person.
I know.
all. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That hasn't really been prominent in anything I've been a part of, and probably for the better. I'm not real.
Do you want to play Fatal with me, Matt?
Fatal?
That's the one exception.
No.
Fatal. What
From
I don't
another
want to
time,
play
another
Fatal.
land.
Oh no!
is
We were discussing this in
Anal
chat like a week
circumference.
ago.
Fatal is a
That
game
was how
that
Cock
has
and
you
Tits came
roll a stat for
Huh?
your
That was how
anal
Cock and Tits
circumference.
came up.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking hilarious.
There was a game related to Monster of the Week. I can't remember. I think it's called Monster Heart or something, where sex is an actual stat, and it's something that's like a pivotal part of being a vampire in that game.
That makes sense, though.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. It's just, it's there.
Can you scoot in?
I mean,
No.
it's also a pivotal part of any other vampire
really
game,
can't
like
back.
Vampire
Just-
the
no, that's-
Masquerade.
that was fun.
You know, if you're good at it.
Now I can't scoot back because I can't get enough
Being
fucking
a lukewarm piece of ass has its perks, but you probably don't want to get slapped around by every
Did you
werewolf
just
meet.
say a lukewarm piece of ass? Followed by getting slapped around by every werewolf in the pack?
By every werewolf you meet?
Shut the fuck up, Declan.
You can't make me, and you know that.
I can goddamn try.
I admire your animosity, friend.
Yeah, he can try, and he probably will die trying, and that would be to his preference, I'd imagine.
I'd rather die than sit here and listen to you talk about lukewarm pieces of ass.
It was a line. It was a line used to describe the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines video game. In like a charisma build in that game. Because in that universe, werewolves exist, but they're incredibly rare and almost unkillable. The only way you get to kill one in the game is by closing it into observatory doors.
Well,
Are they also incredibly horny?
no, that's COC.
I zoned out and back in. What are we on about now?
First of all, what I was talking about
Werewolves being like...
was not werewolves being horny. It was werewolves killing
I'm
vampires.
zoning back out.
Good
Smart.
idea.
Let me know when you're done with that book there, Chief.
I'm almost done. What do you need?
I need to get my equipment.
Okay.
Equibit.
Equipped.
I'll
I am
What do you
activated.
read?
Dark Heresy.
Oh. Yeah, I strongly prefer first edition despite the fact it's broke as shit.
I would
Is this
like to
first
play
edition?
Dark Heresy.
I'm
I wanted
replacing one of my cantrips, I'm sorry, but I have Detect Magic, I don't need Read Aura.
I
Is
wanted
this
to
first
play a
edition?
member of the
Huh?
Is this
Adeptus
first edition?
Arbites.
No, you see,
Okay.
Detect Magic is specifically just to see if there is magic in the general area. Read Aura is to specifically
I
detect
have
what kind of
I have a
magic is
tech
on an
priestess
object.
I badly want to play, and I want her to
But
wield
Detect
an
Magic also
Obsidian
eventually
axe
detects what kind of
and
magic is on an object.
just
Yeah, but
be
Read Aura is immediate.
angry. Praise be to the Omnissiah!
So
Do not ruin that tech with your grubby hands! You have not anointed it with the sacred unguences.
I wanted to play a member of the Adeptus Arbites.
It is.
Eat shit, citizen. Your laws don't matter.
It's
Adeptus
Arbitos.
Arbites.
And it's Adeptus Custodes.
Do you have Read Aura?
Huh?
Do you have Read Aura?
So are all your characters going to be human?
I
Like,
have...
those the options? Like human?
Pretty sure you can
No.
only be human. You can be
Okay.
like a
I'm
ratling,
taking
like you can be
it.
different
Alright.
I
types
have
of
Detect
human.
Magic, Read
Pretty
Aura,
sure you
Mage
mean
Hand, and
ogre,
Electric
yeah.
Arc.
I've got Light, Stabilized Guidance,
Okay.
Prestidigitation,
I mean, it would make
and then
sense
for my
because
first level
all
spells, I have
Xenos
Heal,
are
Spirit, Link, and
land.
Bless.
Yeah. A lot of what determines like your race in Dark Heresy is like what type of planet you come from. So you can come from a death world like Catachan or like Hive worlds, Scum worlds, manufactories.
Ah, yes, the Manufactorums.
It's not like I won't see you.
The Pleasure Worlds would probably be the best you could possibly come from.
Yeah, like
Foul Xenos.
the home worlds that it lists here are Feral worlds, Hive worlds, Imperial worlds, and Voidborn.
Oh, fucking Voidborn.
They're weirdly lucky and strong-willed, perfect if you want to play a Psyker or
You
Scholastic
guys wanna go
character.
somewhere? I'll draw them. What up?
Oh, Matt,
How many
Yes.
nights do you think I've been
Are you interested in going to Halloween Horror Nights?
I might
Just
be.
don't be perturbed by the
What day is that happening?
So that was why I asked. If I go on any day, it probably would need to be a Sunday. So that day would probably interfere with D&D.
Car runs
Unless we went super late.
That's basically the only thing wrong with
Like, unless we went after
When does the park close on Horror Nights?
I don't know. I know I've been there as late as like 1 a.m. I think.
That's
Do we really only want to go for like 3 hours
Oh,
though? Because the game ends at like 9,
That was why I was saying it would interfere with D&D.
and it takes an hour to get there.
Yeah. So that was why I was asking. Was like if you would be okay with that.
We like, oh man, fuck,
Also,
I don't want to
would like
miss
to
a
go to
day
Halloween
of
Horror
work.
Nights.
Seneca did the math for me the other day. If I work all the way up through to the end of December, do you know how many occurrences I'll have?
How many?
3. I will lose 11 and a half occurrences.
Well, Seneca can suck it because he wasn't at work today and he was supposed to be. So that's one of his 3.
Did he not come?
He wasn't there.
Wow.
He didn't even show up late and take a half. He just wasn't there. So he can suck my ass.
How was it yesterday then?
Well, there was me, Bree, and then Shay came in a little later, and Ashley came in a little after that.
So you guys didn't
Okay.
have RNC until like what?
Sandra was there.
Ah. Did they show up before Sandra left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have. Show me again. Yeah.
Even still, it was back to back all night up until about 7:30.
I'm sorry.
Rubbish.
Holy shit! There's a spell that's straight up called Spirit Blast.
That's Eldritch Blast.
Spirit Blast.
Is it a cantrip?
No, it's a level 6.
Oh.
It's also only some divine and occult,
Yeah!
so I can't take it.
I can.
16d6 force damage.
Get fucked.
Heightened 1, damage increases by 2d6. So you can heighten that, what, 4 times? 24d6.
Role playing
Yes,
in
nice
the
meeting you.
grim
Called
darkness
Friars.
of the 41st millennium.
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 For the first millennium.
The 41st. The 41st macadamia.
Oh, Time Stop is a level 10 spell now.
Yep. Wish, Miracle, and Time Stop are all level 10 spells, but other spells
into
have been
Bayonetta 2
adjusted
for the
down,
first time
which I
after
really
playing
like. Power Word
75%
Stun
of the game
is an
and
8th
stopping.
level spell. Power
Picked it
Word
up, taken it,
Blind
died for
is a
3 seconds,
7th level
restarted
spell.
chapter.
Power Word Blind,
Did it
by the
save
way,
my
is no
continued
save.
progress?
If you are
Where I had,
below
like,
a
this
certain
much health
level,
left on the
like
health bar, no
levels,
items, and
Power Word
surrounded
Blind
by angels.
just blinds you
So I started the
permanently.
game, got 2
Permanently?
hits in, and then
If-
got
shit.
smacked
If you
by a
get hit with
giant
Power
axe.
Word Blind
I was like,
as
I
a
should
7th level
restart this
spell,
chapter to get
if
familiar
you
with
are
the game
11th
again.
level or
Now I'm on the
below,
final
you
boss
are
and getting my ass
blinded
kicked every 9
forever.
seconds.
Oh.
I believe, and the spell, each level it's heightened, increases that limit by 2 levels, which means a 10th level Power Word Blind, if I remember correctly, means any character 17th level or below is permanently blind. 19 and below, well, if you're at 19, you get blinded for like several days. If you're at like 21, you get blinded for like 10 minutes, and then at like 23rd level, this is assuming you cast it as a 10th level spell, it's like 10 rounds. You can blind the shit out of somebody.
So, did you actually look at True Strike?
Why do you ask?
Because True Strike not only lets you roll twice and take a better result, it also ignores circumstance penalties
it
and
off.
any flat check required due
Yeah, I
to
know.
concealment or hidden.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeet!
Takes the beard
It
off.
basically means if you're invisible, it doesn't matter because it's a divination spell. It
Fuck a
works.
concealment.
It works like how Advantage works in 5e, and it's one action.
Someone
I
turned
like
me
that.
invisible, so I'll always have coverage.
What's the range?
It's you don't make an attack, like it's
You
your
True
next
Strike so that
attack.
your next attack will
Right.
always hit, basically.
True
You
strike.
roll twice, take the better result, and ignore any circumstance penalties or any like flat checks from concealment or from them being hidden. Matt,
I wouldn't get.
you've opted for the more difficult path.
The path
Zero.
of most
I almost wasn't able to
resistance.
fit in through because of my ass.
My big fat cheeks.
My cheek.
Damn, boy.
Your one cheek.
Yeah.
Damn.
My man's got a mono ass.
Damn,
How do you
boy,
shit?
that boy's thick.
How do he shit? Why can you summon kaiju? Wait a minute.
Oh, a 10th level druid spell turns you into a kaiju.
Oh.
Nature incarnate. Kaiju, speed 50 feet, resistance. I'm not reading all that.
Man, I want to be Mothra.
Spirit of
If
Karnan.
you get, there's a 10th level
You're a Mingander.
divine spell that turns you into a literal avatar of your god.
Oh.
Very cool.
It's very powerful.
Oh hell yeah, big boys.
Pardon me while I Martin Septum real quick.
Y'all mind if I? Here's that.
Thank you. I need to finish these guys. I don't even
What
care
are
about Magnet. They're Havocs.
Ooh.
Big boys.
Oh hell yeah,
Havoc?
big boys.
Look at them. Look at that fucking gun.
Ah,
She's great.
you're a heretic.
She's
then.
amazing. She's awesome. I love the
Yeah,
art so
I'm
She's
gonna-
much.
like 6 feet tall.
I'm gonna fucking do something especially heretical. Get a bunch of Tau like shoulder pads and shit, and get some Primaris. Space Marines?
Make some Tau Marines.
Yeah, make some fucking Tau Marines, because those shoulder
looked
pads
really good,
fit
yeah.
surprisingly well.
You fucking heretic.
I know. I don't. I
The
fucking.
next thing you should do is get some regular ass Tau and put Marine helmets on them.
See, you're not even
For the
playing,
greater good.
It's not even about playing Warhammer, you just like assembling the models.
Oh yeah, I love the hobby portion.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I collect
I need to get on
Gundams.
mine.
I wish I had your time, man. I just don't.
Yeah, and I have a surplus of time at the moment.
It doesn't help
No, right.
that the time I do have is like I'm exhausted
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's just pretty easy. I feel you. It's okay. It's alright. You'll be fine.
like I picked up my tablet pen 3 times in the last couple of days and then like touched the monitor and was like, how long's it been? 6 hours. No progress had been made on anything, just complete lack of any motivation.
Writing be like.
Like,
6
I was
hours.
assembling miniatures last night, and it took me like 4 hours to do 4 miniatures. Because I was just like,
Oh, hey Matt, you weren't here when we figured this out, but I'm sure you'll be happy to see this whenever we play 2E.
Mhm.
Here is the second sheet.
oh wow, that's fucking awesome.
Sketch box.
That's really cool.
That's
can
like
also-
old style.
Write down your allies, your enemies, organizations you're a part of, catchphrases.
You had base
Catchphrase!
I don't
Catchphrase!
I don't know what these are for.
Actions and activities?
I don't know what activities are.
Probably just like flavor things. These all look like flavor stuff here.
Yeah, this is like a flavor page. I'm pretty sure that's just shit you like to do.
No, I don't think it is. 'cause
Actions
it's got
is for
reactions
tracking,
on
yeah.
here.
Actions is legit. The rest of it, I think, is.
That's still really cool. I like
Yeah.
what they're doing with 2E.
Hey, you want to draw Deja for me, Matt?
Yeah, I'll get that done to you next year.
You'll get that done after the commission that I still have for you.
Yeah. My computer's been acting up again too, which doesn't help.
It's fine.
It just keeps turning on and off, man. I don't know what the issue is. And like
Power
I
supply?
nope, not power supply.
You have many. That is the solution to all material problems.
I need to get the money, but I can get the money.
Acquire.
Acquire currency.
I'm still kind of proud of that spirit screech that I did last day of the session. That was
Can you
enjoyable for me.
Can you replicate it?
No.
Probably.
That's pretty good.
That's awful. That's just so bad. I could do with never hearing it again, and there it is, like every time.
I mean, that's what it would sound like if a ghost was in pain. I assure you, the ghost burning to death was in pain.
Ooh, my ghost bones.
My bones.
My
Ouch,
bones.
my ectoplasm.
Ooh.
My ectobones.
Ooh, that's my elbone.
My elbone. No. Look at it's on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Why do you associate with us?
My knee bone.
Would you believe me if I told you you are legitimately the best friends I've had, Siri included, despite her absence?
My
I
bones.
would, and I feel sorry for you. But I appreciate you very much.
Don't hold it like that.
I was
would
picking
take
it
a
up.
shirt for fucking
Fuck!
anything.
Fuck you.
You want blue?
It's a nice
You want
book.
yellow.
Blue and yellow? No.
She doesn't want yellow. Blue and yellow. No.
Blue.
You guys want to fuck?
No, Matt. No, I don't.
Armenian conveyor belt. Let's go.
I didn't finish my sentence. You guys want to fucking eat
Where?
shit?
Oh, we should go get Little Caesars.
No.
Matthew.
I don't want any pizza anymore.
Did you
Matthew.
guys finish that pizza in there?
No.
Matthew. I'm trying to eat my fucking zingers.
I'm trying to eat my
Fucking zingers.
Well, no, it can't be loud because we're in a restaurant.
I'm trying to eat my
Trying to
fucking
eat my
zingers.
Fucking zingers.
Oh, I heard the most passive
hold
aggressive
on,
shit
hold
I
on,
heard a mom.
hold on. I need to get this out. So you were asking, and I think hold on, I gotta pull this up on the sheet. So, the maximum amount of bulk, okay, here we go. The amount of bulk you can carry is equal to 5 plus your strength modifier without penalty. If you carry more, you gain the encumbered condition. You cannot hold or carry more bulk than 10 plus your strength mod.
So 5 and 10 for me.
5 and 10 for me.
But yeah, I heard the
Wait,
most
what is it? Sorry.
6 and
I was
11.
writing down
Tell, I'm
spell
interested.
This page here,
Yeah.
What'd she say?
So
you can carry a
there's
maximum
this
bulk
daughter
equal to
and
your
the
strength
mother
mod plus
Yeah.
5
going
before
up
you're
there.
encumbered, and a
And, like,
maximum
the daughter
bulk
was like,
period
"Pick it up,
of your strength mod
And
plus
the
10.
mom's like, that's too high for me. I was like, okay, yeah, we can sit you at the table. What's
How
your
am I
highest?
stronger than both
But
of
the
you?
grandma was like, okay, this is fine. I get kinda
Because I'm an
senile.
elf?
Getting senile.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, the daughter was like, oh, okay. And then when they're sitting down,
Items can have a number to indicate their bulk value,
the
or they can be
daughter
light,
said,
indicated
"I
by an
didn't
L,
realize you
or
didn't like
negligible,
boots."
indicated by a dash. For the purposes of determining bulk, for
And
instance,
then, like,
full plate armor is 4 bulk,
the
a
mom
longsword
saw,
is
like,
1
like
bulk,
half
a dagger or
table
scroll
to
is
a bit
light,
lower.
and a piece of chalk
And
is
she said, "Oh, we
negligible.
could go over there."
10
And
light
the
items
daughter
count
said,
as
like, "You
1
need to
bulk,
sit down,
and you
Mom."
round down fractions,
And I was
so
just like,
9 light items is still 0 bulk, and 11 light items is still 1 bulk.
Jesus Christ, the
Like,
fucking plate
I
armor.
could. I
4?
felt like
Hold
the
on.
passive aggressiveness was a
Because I'm pretty
That wasn't
sure
very
items that are
Just
worn.
lashing out.
Yeah,
Raw energy.
it was crazy, man.
All the psychic aura of an orc.
Yeah. Were you hearing what I was talking about?
Bulk of
No.
creatures.
I caught like the tail end.
Fucking zinger.
They have bulk
So-
listed for creatures: tiny 1, small 3, medium 6, large 12,
If
huge
anyone wants to
24.
carry me, I weigh 3 pounds.
Anyone want to carry a 48 bulk gargantuan creature?
Drolish might eventually.
Anyone want to
but-
carry the 3 bulk
So
goblin?
a daughter and her mother were going out to dinner,
Fancy.
and the daughter said, "Can we get it was gonna be 4 for food booth." And it was like 4 food booths, please. And he was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, follow me." I led them to their table. And the
Item
mom was like,
damage,
"That's too
armor
high
check
for me. Can we
penalty.
sit at a table?" And
You got Dipsy to
tables are higher,
switch?
by the way.
Dipsy to switch.
She's old, very old. Had a walker kind of thing. And the daughter was like, "Oh, okay," and they were going to sit down. And while they were sitting down, the daughter said to the mom, "I didn't realize you didn't like booths, Mom." And I'm just like, "All right." And then the mom was like looks over and sees the half booth, half table. And she was like, "Oh, well, we could go over there." And like before she even like fully finishes the sentence, the daughter says, "Just sit down, Mom." I was like,
Wow.
Whoa.
and I was like, "Here are your menus." Bye.
What a fucking Karen.
Here are your menus. Should be bread out in a second.
Like, she was so mean. It was just like a passive aggressive kind of thing, except for that last bit. But she was just so upset about having to sit at a fucking table.
God, do you need an ass cushion at all times to like just enjoy your fucking meal?
Well, see, here's the thing: the chairs are also padded at the tables.
Like, you don't need to be a shitbag to your old mom.
She was a very old mom.
Old Mounther.
I think she like just got out from like something that involved a needle because there were like bandages on her arms too.
God, Maverick poker.
Maverick Poker.
Is there
fuck
any,
Cool.
so how would I, sorry,
You're good.
How would I advance the training levels I have in my like
In your
weapons
armor?
and my armor and stuff beyond trained?
You really can't.
Seriously?
You might be able to improve your training in your weapon through
No, we shall
sorcerer,
play
but they don't get any improvements to their armor through leveling.
And there's no feats I can take that would do that?
There
Listen, I
might
know
be
you're in
as
the
a
middle
fighter.
of hunting
Hold
that
on.
griffin, but do you want to play Magic the
I-
Gathering?
This is inconvenient as all balls that I don't have my phone. So
That's basically what Gwent is.
I mean, you can wait.
nah,
I
I'll look it
understand
up.
you're in the
later.
middle of hunting that lesson, but would you like to fight? Magic the Gathering. Can I interest you in a round of magic?
Wizardry, the get together.
Mystic the Togathering.
I
is the one
understand
from
you're
Steve
trying to
Lichtman.
take down this Cyclops, but we're gonna play a game of Hearthstone.
God, what are the things in The Witcher? The giant things with moose antlers.
Witchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things. Y'all remember Geralt of Rivia with his gigantic moose antlers?
How can I forget?
You
Or
guys
fucking,
remember Tits, right?
or fucking.
What was her name? Her name was Tits.
That's all that mattered, apparently.
Yes, and her good friend Ass.
With their giant moose antlers.
No. Tits and Ass are
Fiends!
They're not Witchers.
Tits and Ass are from Sniper Ghost Warrior, Haley.
Fiends.
I see.
Fiends in The Witcher are really, really cool. They're one of my favorite things. They're like giant lion demon beasts that have like long wolf snout things and like big old antlers. Like when you kill one and you get a trophy, you just take its entire head and hang it off the side of your horse, and it's awesome.
Your hands are warm.
Amazing freshly
Fresh
juiced.
squeezed.
Fucking ISIS.
To answer your question, no.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean,
No.
Golfine.
You
No,
have
so
to
what?
consider though that in terms of to hit, you're
Golfine.
still getting an improved bonus from True Strike
Golfine.
over like
Golfine?
for most of your levels. It's,
Fucking idiot.
Sorry.
Continue.
did anything hit the floor?
No.
It was empty.
There was a pencil in this.
True Strike is the equivalent of a +5 to hit, which means until you would have hit Legendary as a fighter anyway, your bonus to hit is generally better. And anything you couldn't hit anyway, we weren't hitting anyway.
Yeah, but my AC will never exceed like 8. Plus the 18.
No, because you would add your character level.
Yeah.
Your AC literally goes up at least by 1 every level.
It fucking sucks that there's so many things beyond trained that I will never hit though.
I mean, it's only the equivalent of 6 more AC. And again, it would be spaced out over several levels.
It's not like we're gonna be fighting gods like in the Ava campaign.
Not yet.
We have no confirmation that that's not the case.
Also, by the time you'd be fighting gods, it would be like way late game.
You will
Yeah.
also have access to the entire spell list to give yourself other buffs that fighters cannot.
Yeah, but I can't buff my AC directly any more than I already could.
Why not?
Because you can't put an armor bonus on top of an armor bonus. I'm
No,
already
but you
casting
can give
shield.
yourself other bonuses to AC.
There's armor, shield, circumstance.
Item, status, and a couple others. There are also things that set your AC to a level. Like the Primal Transformation is an example of a spell that sets your AC to 20 plus other things. There are ways to buff yourself, Chief. If you'd rather go fighter and dedication into wizard or sorcerer, you can, but the number of true strikes you'll get out of it is much lower.
Much lower than 3. Son of a bitch.
I mean, it'll literally be 0 until at least 4th level.
Well, yeah, I know that.
But you'll be hitting without it the whole time.
Did you put him through a speech to text to speech? Kono Dioda.
And also, you didn't say it while you just said that and then did the fucking
Read.
stance.
Yes.
Kono Dioda. Read.
Kono Dioda.
Re e e e e e e e e e e e.
Stop it!
How low
Stop!
can you go?
Stop
Get down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go?
The fuck?
I can go pretty low, but I don't know how low I can go and move.
And then get back
Can you
up.
reach to the top? Like you never stop? Can you reach to the top?
I am
One hop. You ever seen? You ever
three,
heard that song?
3 seconds from boloing this into your nuts.
Bolo. Cha cha, real smooth. There, yeah, it's the same.
Wow, this is
Crisscross.
everybody.
Matt,
clap your
shut
hands.
up. You're too white.
Why use a chain
It's the
shirt
white
over
sock.
studded leather?
That's the white people,
Flexible?
like elementary school.
That's exactly what I was saying, and I couldn't find the thing that said what flexible
Oh,
Sang by a
it's
black
right
man.
here. You don't apply flexible to acrobatics or athletics checks.
Yeah, you don't apply its check penalty to
Charlie
acrobatics
Brown.
or athletics. There you go. I knew it did something with not hindering your movement.
You had said some shit about no maximum dex bonus. I was like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
I forgot.
What the fuck?
You have to remember, I read this like, what time is it?
7 something.
5 hours ago?
It is. Yeah. Oh no, it's 8:30.
8:30.
You might just have to look at equipment at home, man.
It's 8 thrifty.
8 swift.
Why don't you just let Tat do it and then you do equipment later since you own the book?
That makes a significant amount more sense. I'm a dumbass. Tatthew,
Yes.
get your fucking ball sack over. Please don't.
Don't forget to air
That
out
was-
your gooch.
There was a resounding slap after that statement.
Remember, Tat, don't forget to air it out.
How to air it out.
Don't forget.
Why don't you look at me during?
Matthew, I'm going to use your kneecaps as soup bowls.
I don't have any kneecaps.
Replaced them with door hinges about 8 years ago.
I'm going to make Jamaican oxtail out of your knee cartilage.
What makes you think there's knee cartilage?
You have knees.
I'm gonna turn your sternum into a gate and then make a key out of your nose cartilage.
See, spoiler alert,
I like
it's
that
actually door hinges in there. I'm in constant pain.
It's got square knees. Help.
Ah, yes. Good
Rusty.
thing I went through the majority of this previously.
You get 15 gold to start.
Yep.
Fingo.
Fucking peasant.
Are we using just gold still? Or are we also using silver?
Gold, silver,
You-
copper, and platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, all of it. Nice.
Just not electrum.
The fuck is Electrum?
Electrum is 1/2 a gold coin.
The fuck is that been in?
5e.
5e.
And Electrum is also, they also say like it also depends on the fucking region too, like it's regional. how much
Electrum
it's
is also a real metal.
worth. It is also real metal. But yeah,
It's an alloy of
Use that
silver and
shit.
gold.
Use that shit.
some places in your setting could value it higher than gold. Some people could value it lower than copper.
Fuck that. Give me gems.
I actually
Although
didn't look
unlikely
at
for it to be
adventuring
lower
gear,
than
but I can
copper.
do that later.
So that'll be minus.
Ideal in
0.1.
bones and bone accessories. You want stuff? Trade bone.
What do you
Because I'm going explorers.
What are you
Club.
buying?
What are you selling?
Stranger. Now that's a weapon.
I'll buy it at a high price.
You come that thing, stranger.
Some say cosm.
Costs. What does some say?
There we go. Worn items. That's what I was looking for.
Michelangelo then died of a seizure.
What the fuck was that noise?
It was tattooed.
Tat.
That sounded like a goddamn tea kettle.
Right?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
I'm
You
a
said
man
what?
of many noises.
That was tattoo, yes.
What kind of fucking levels did
Back!
that?
Back!
What kind
Back,
of
you
levels
animals!
did that get on the recording?
Sorry, mommy.
Back, you animals!
No.
Back! Don't! You don't call me that!
That's a good way to get your ass lit on fire, tattoo.
Yeah.
What did you call her?
Nothing.
Mommy.
Oh god.
That's not as bad as the time he called you Dungeon Mommy.
I'm gonna need that to be actually lit now.
One of the people that I work with walks around and calls the managers mommy.
Hey, I hate that.
Fuck.
Hey, that's not allowed.
Hey Matt, what
Doesn't
the fuck did I come in here for?
doesn't say daddy to the mail manager though.
Thank Gord.
What is
What
the
the fuck did I come in
invest?
here for?
Oh,
Solid mix
you can only have a maximum of 10 magic items. Your investment in them is like, they take up a slot, basically.
You now
Gotcha,
have
thank
1
you.
magic investment.
So that's gonna be.
You now have 9 magic investments. I have a ring of fire detection.
How?
Yep, that's
I
fire.
put it in fire, and it tells me if it's hot.
I have boots of blinding speed.
I have
I
a
put
rock
them on
of
and I go
gravity
blind.
detection.
You know, I was about to say I have a rock.
I have a rock of gravity detection. I have a ball of face magnetism.
This ball will always find its mark on an opponent's face if your aim's good enough.
I have a sword of slicing.
I have a hammer of bludgeoning, and I have a spear of piercing.
I have an organic material infinity generator. It's buttered toast and a cat. Toast will always land buttered side down, and cats will always land feet side down. So if you face the butter up and the cat down, and then you spin it.
Perpetual motion machine.
It only lasts until the butter gets flung off.
Yeah, that's
to
the fuel source. You
I
have
have
to
to
re-butter the
reapply
toast.
butter every 9 hours.
It's almost
I put it in
9
a
o'clock.
spray bottle.
It's almost 9 o'clock. Have you buttered your cat recently?
Everyone go down to their house's generator.
That's actually how avarice engines are made. Avarice engines use buttered toast and cats.
It
was
was
not-
a
no,
fun
fuck off.
advancement over the hamster wheel strategy they had implemented before.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the plot of Bioshock Infinite?
The
Yeah,
butter
except to
toast.
turn them sideways, and that was what made the cities float, because it was just like a rotor.
The cities also spin while they go up.
Yeah, it was a real mess for the early move-ins.
Yeah.
Had a lot of people in the ocean on that one.
Yeah. We.
Fuck me.
I was we would have faced a lot of class
That's right, I
action
was going
lawsuits,
with
but they all
staff,
died
which is free.
anyway.
Hell yeah.
They all got flung off.
You can't get sued if you just kill them.
You can't get sued if they're drowning in the Pacific.
Which is the left one.
See,
The fuck up, Ty.
Okay,
Well-
so how do I read the deal?
well, see, here's the thing. If you go left far enough,
How do
the
I read the
Atlantic
weapon
becomes
section?
the left.
How do you read it?
Yeah, I get that that's the name. There's your strength, your
Plot of
proficiency bonus.
Bioshock Infinite.
So
Right.
here's
Like,
this is your
if
total
you're in
to
Europe,
hit.
the left one's the
Total
Atlantic.
hit, Okay.
Hey,
Your
Matt.
strength, obviously. If the
Shut
weapon
up.
has finesse, you can put
Then
your
the
dex
right
there
one
to
is the
hit.
Indian Ocean.
Okay.
Then after that,
Then it's your
the farther right
proficiency.
one's the Pacific.
You've got your training level with that weapon.
Yep.
Item bonus would be like if it was
I
magic.
already only developed this
Down
system for
here,
learning Pacific
damage
from
dice
Atlantic like 3
Tells
weeks
you,
ago.
you know,
Please
what
don't
die
do
you
this.
roll.
Right.
Strength is
You know,
what you
works
would
out for
add to
America,
that
which we are.
damage.
Then that's what damage
Okay.
type it is.
Yep.
Weapon
Not for free.
special.
We're not in America for
The
free.
weapon
cool.
specialization
Make no mistake.
is a
Cool.
special
Nothing
thing.
in America.
Like
is free.
if you had
Oh.
defeat weapon specialization,
I
you
made
would
you
add
coffee.
that there.
Okay.
Coffee.
Other and then
Coffee.
traits are like
Traits of these.
yeah.
Okay.
Tom Pilkington.
Tom Pilkington.
Man, that was a weird draft if you closed the door.
Oh, Ty.
John Madden.
Ty.
John
Ew.
Madden.
Oh,
Total
a
to
weird
hit
what?
equals
Draft.
one.
Like the way the door closes.
Did you
Um,
close it all the way?
No,
What determines
Which door?
proficiency?
this door.
Oh, I thought you meant that one.
No,
Huh?
that
What
one's
determines proficiency?
closed.
Feet?
Pretty sure.
Whether you were trained in it or not, you would have gotten
Sorry.
it through your class or your race.
I told you about this at work.
What weapon are you grabbing?
It was the door
Staff,
thing
which is
I
a
was
simple
talking
weapon, which
about.
I'm trained in because of sorcerer.
Yep. So it would be you'd put your trained,
What?
and then that would be
2?
It would be 2 plus your character level.
It's 3 seconds.
Did you add that all to your skills as well?
I haven't even done the skills yet
Okay.
because I didn't. So,
That's almost as good as fucking Jill being destroyed.
I don't have an item bonus.
Oh!
Damage is a D4
I'll show you.
Chill!
plus 1 to strength.
Yeah, that one's also really good.
Bludgeoning,
Jill playing
weapon,
Midnight Sonata.
Like
Okay.
Sonata.
2 hands
Chill!
for
Duro.
D8.
And then you
not
put your total to
robes.
hit here.
Alright, and that would be.
Oh, look at this motherfucker. He's got a.
Not,
Yep.
not terrible.
This motherfucker, what a tool.
What the hell has he got?
A goblet
Oh,
arm.
hell yeah, I have,
Is
a,
that a
I have
couple?
room for a ranged weapon.
Oh, yeah, Albert. Albert Smash.
Does she die from that?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Wait, no.
Here we go.
No, because that's her health right there.
Bloga.
She doesn't
Wait.
die.
I've already got a thing for this. I'm gonna get the sorcerer's pack, and it comes with shit.
I want my money and I want it fast.
Where?
The double
Keep going.
hamburger.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm either getting the sorcerers or the clerics, and I'm not sure which I would prefer.
I trust your judgment on that one.
Sir,
my
you
man.
have your slot. I want my slot. Sir, you have your slot.
That French fry joke is my favorite joke.
Okay.
I ordered 3 large fries. You gave me 100 fucking little ones.
Dagger, slingshot with 20 bullets, adventure pack, bandolier, 265% sheath, cleric, silver cheaper, bolster light, less heavy. Adventurer's pack, bandolier, 2 sets of calibers.
Stop.
Oh, have you seen those videos?
Saber, weapon.
Those 3 women. Those are some birds.
Hold on.
Sorcerer it is. So that'll give me a slingshot. I'm gonna go ahead and sub.
Hey Matthew,
What's up?
did you say you were or were not taking Declan?
I am not, but if you really need me to, I will.
Do you work tomorrow?
No. I will do it.
Thank you.
You don't have to.
I will do it!
It took us like 2
Yeah, it
hours
would-
to go that way, then back that way.
It
and
would help them greatly.
Oh.
I got you, bro.
we left at
Them women some
3:30.
birds.
That was some birds.
They flew away.
They flew away. That was some birds.
The guy's laugh is pretty good. It's a very wheezy laugh.
I said, hey, you
Flew away.
3 women.
That was some birds.
Why are you walking that way? Nothing down there.
Swing?
And they flew away. That was some birds.
I don't know
Oh
if you
shit! No,
know.
hold on. It's too quiet. Fuck.
Matt, I love you.
Oh, Moonlight Sonata.
Yeah, I
Slingshot.
Thank you.
Yeah, true.
I'll fuck you in the ass, Matt. I love you.
Okay.
True,
That sounds
truly.
cool.
That's Greek love.
Matt, I now
Wait,
owe
excuse
you
me?
2 major favors.
Excuse me?
Collect them at any time.
Okay.
Propulsive?
I'm
What the fuck
serious.
does that do?
It's fine.
You bet half
How
your strength
fucking
modifier
dare
to damage
you.
rolls with a
Just
propulsive
take
ranged
the
weapon.
fucking mod.
If you have a negative strength modifier, you add your full strength
What do you
modifier
mean?
instead.
Just tase the fucking mod. What do you mean
I think
tase
you
the
like-
mod?
Well, I've got
this video
a strength
title
mod
out
of
loud.
1, so I add 1.
Is it the Jill
Nice.
one?
How much for foot play? I'll tell you how much. Hi, welcome into Paladin Ever Sales. That's right. Do you want to see foot play?
6.
I've got the solution for you. Now finish a small fee of $19.95 plus shipping and handling. I'm gonna tell you to get fucked. Get your foot finished out of my chat. Get it right out of my chat.
Trains
I don't want
because it's
anything
simple.
I want it.
That
Take
grants
it
me a
away
proc
right
of
now.
3.
Get out.
She's very funny.
Propulsive.
I like that she has that set as a macro
There we go.
for whenever someone asks
That is
kind of pervy.
bludgeoning? No, that's piercing.
Something
For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling, I can tell you to get fucked.
Yeah, it's bludgeoning. I'll use the other field to track my ammo.
You have ammo?
Yeah, because I have a slingshot.
I'm good bundle meat for a rock looking strap.
No, and I got a dagger too. Nice.
Did you write in your bulk?
I will be adding that shortly.
I guess you could do that portion at home.
Yeah.
Hey babe,
Yeah,
can you plug my phone in?
sure.
Dagger, 1d4 piercing.
I'm so looking forward to Wednesday.
It's gonna be fun. You know what I'm also looking forward to? Fucking tomorrow.
Ah, fuck, I gotta upload episodes.
Where's your phone?
If you guys would like,
What's the
if
dagger
there's
do?
nothing
Dagger
more
do
that
anything?
needs to
Oh,
be done
that
with
does a
Declan's
lot.
stuff, I can take him home now.
That is up to you and Declan. Also, Matt, please.
It's nothing.
It's I can worry about that later because I've got the PDF.
Oh, you actually have a reader on your phone?
No, I've got it on my laptop.
I guess I probably could look
I
at
don't
the
have
PDF
like
on my
room
laptop
for
now
it on my
too.
phone.
If you don't have a PDF reader, you can download one called Foxit Reader, or you can just drag it open in Google Chrome.
Yeah, I've just got it open in Chrome
I'm
via
actually
Mega.
curious. So, Do you not? So you really full ass don't have a PDF reader, Ty?
No.
Of any type?
Not on my phone.
Why not?
Because it didn't come with one.
Just download one.
Well, I
dead
mean,
ass don't have room on my phone. It's a Galaxy S7. What do you want?
Understandable.
can you hand me my character folder, Tat?
Huh?
Can you hand me my folder?
Not if it's in my bag.
I'm good with
Maybe
the VR.
it's in my bag.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye, session 0.
Ow! You all have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
I enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to feel joy.
I'm sorry that I wasn't.
This isn't
Okay, so
Thursday.
just to confirm, proficiency is, like for just in general, proficiency is calculated as training stat level plus character level.
That is correct, right here.
okay.
It's
Fuck.
whatever the training level is. So trained is 2, expert is 4, master is 6.
and legendary 8, whatever that is,
And
plus
they-
care level.
Right, they all add your character level.
Okay, cool.
That means that the maximum range between you being trained and you being a legend at something is 6.
I'm sorry that I didn't take a very active participation, but Amy seemed like she had everything covered, and if I know anything about Amy, it's that if I start explaining things while she's explaining things and I do it poorly,
You're also just worse at explaining things.
I'm not worse at explaining things. You just don't let me talk.
Okay, well we have 1, 2, 3, 4 witnesses. Is Haley as good at explaining things concisely in the way that people need to hear it?
I feel like it is unfair to judge her based on that metric. She has a stutter.
So yes.
Brutal.
Brutal, savage, wrecked.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't
Right.
judge
Wait,
the
hang
quality of someone's explanation on conciseness if they have a stutter.
So you're not joining
Hi
us.
guys.
No, I'll be coming with you all.
Oh, okay.